We are live. My brother will be in here in just a second. The Earle Sports Bet Show MLB trade deadline edition. Here you are, Tim. And we did this last year. It was a lot of fun watching all the deals go down the last couple hours. And we'll be doing this from 3 to the deadline at 6. This will be the ESP show, and it's going to go into the time slot of game time decision. So we're going to have all the show all in here all at once. So we do already have a few moves already made. And disclaimer, I haven't bet a single baseball game today.
Yeah, me neither.
I have a couple plays I'm going to bet. And we're going to talk out games a little bit during this as well, maybe finding some spots we do like that have not been impacted too much by trade, or we'll look to maybe fade spots where people will be like, oh, they just traded certain players and the lines move like that. So maybe we're getting value on teams that traded players away today when the lines move a lot. So this should be an interesting show to go over. We do have a few moves to talk about. I do have a little bit of a scroller here for that. Where do you want to get started, Tim?
There was one other. There was an addition to. Oh yeah, you missed on. You missed another one here, so I'm fixing. You start wherever. There's been a lot of stuff.
Why
don't we just start with the biggest one?
Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Juan Soto and Josh Bell are now San Diego Padres. It's going to be fun to see them do all this just to lose in the first round of the playoffs. But regardless, they've got a pretty nice lineup now. When Tatis comes back, you'll have Soto, Tatis, and Machado on the top of that lineup. That's pretty dangerous, along with Cronenworth, who was a two-time All-Star as well. So that lineup's beginning to look pretty solid. Granted, they're 12 games behind the Dodgers out of that division. So I don't think they're going to make a run for that division, which means they're going to be put into a wild card matchup here. But still, I think this is obviously a good move for the Padres. They gave up a lot of their top pieces as expected to get someone like Juan Soto. You got to unload the prospect field, and they exactly what they did. Do you have the list of prospects they gave up? I know Mackenzie Gore was part of that.
It was involving Mackenzie Gore. Hold on. No, I had it under here. Mackenzie Gore, Abrams, Hassel, Wood, and Susana.
Mm-hmm. Now, needless to say, I don't think that Bell or Soto will be in the lineup today.
No, they will not, because Washington is in Washington and San Diego is currently
in
San Diego playing tonight.
They're at home against the Rockies in a double.
Oh yeah. They're not traveling across the country. They'll be back tomorrow. They'll be in the lineup tomorrow.
Which we do have. We do have one game starting in an hour from now. It's game one of the doubleheader between San Diego and in Colorado. We're seeing Colorado around minus 245 favorites in this game, I believe. Minus 230 favorites with a total of 7.5. Yu Darvish, Ryan Feltner is your pitching matchup here. To be honest, I didn't even cap today's slate because I knew if I capped today's slate, then moves would happen and I would get screwed. So I'm actually going to adjust my my spreadsheet, and I'm actually going to look at some numbers here for these games and see if we can come up with some plays for today.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll say I'm not betting any. I'm not betting any baseball today. So I'm just going to enjoy the deadline. I got my 4 WNBA plays, and that's it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have one game I have to bet because we do have a minus 300 favorite tonight, and that line's only gone up and up and up and up since the move.
That's fair. Real quick, say hi to the chat. Justin's in the chat saying, "What up, Earl Bros?" I hit the like button. Appreciate it. Last night, I played San Diego first 5 spread. Usually bet Darvish first 5, especially at home. I don't hate that at all. 100%.
What was the juice on that?
Not 100% sure. Boom's in the house saying this morning wasn't the same without you. We figured there would be no point in doing a show because we were doing a 3-hour show now, and we could probably look over the slate now as well and go from there.
Exactly. Plus, I have no place in baseball right now because I didn't want to make any bets today. And then all of a sudden, like I would have probably had Washington at plus 240 this morning. I can get plus 270 with them now. Like stuff like that where some lines moved drastically. So, yeah, I mean, there was no point really to me to do a show because a lot of these games have been affected by trades.
Yeah. There's been a lot of stuff trade-wise. And we could start looking into more of them. I can actually put you here and you here. I have 3 different Twitter pages open for beat writers and not as much beat writers, but Ken Rosenthal, Jeff Passan, and Bob Nightingale. I have all up on my screen, just trying to figure it out. One of the more underestimated ones that I really like for the Blue Jays, they got Anthony Bass and Zach Pop from the Marlins. Those are 2 really good bullpen pieces. And one of the things that they kind of needed to do was, more bullpen pieces, and that's exactly what they got. And Bass has been phenomenal this year. Pop has been really good this year, and they've got control over those guys for a couple of years. So that was a really good deal, and they didn't really give up much for it.
Yeah, that's a really solid move. That's going to go overlooked because it's just bullpen pieces.
But bullpen pieces are going to be a big key to it. So that's definitely interesting. MLS, Red Bulls, money line, FC Dallas, or draw parlay. Enjoy. I'm not betting any MLS. You enjoy your soccer. Yo, how we feeling? We feeling good. We feeling good. I know me and Joe talked a little bit today about the WNBA card, and we both are on the same page with the Mystics, with the Wings, and the Liberty. So
Liberty line moved because I just bet the games now, and that's already that's up to a 5.5 now. Unfortunately,
I got it at 4.
With the Liberty.
I got it at 4. So
I think
nice.
I mean we should expect them to just smash those tonight. So
100%. Quintana to the Cardinals. Yes, needs someone to the rotation since who knows about Flaherty and Matz. Hopefully they aren't done. Yes, hopefully those guys aren't done because Flaherty's kind of beat up, so we'll see. But I don't know. San Diego first 5 spread was plus 123. It's not bad. That's not bad. Liberty spread is already minus 5.5. Yep. Afternoon, fellas. How it going? It going good. We're talking some trade deadline stuff. We'll go to another trade real quick, which I found absolutely hilarious. And that is Joey Gallo going.
I was going to say, what did the Yankees get in return for him? A double bubble and a Tupac CD? Because that's about all
they got a double-A pitcher, right-hander Clayton Beater. So yeah,
wow, that's a steal for the Yankees.
Oh, absolutely, fantastic move by them. That's definitely no. That's kind of a Cody Bellinger's probably sitting on the Dodgers right now going, oh, I was going to lead the team in strikeouts. But that deal went down. I don't really think there's much really over with that one. Hosmer to the – okay. Talk to me over with this one, Nick. Hosmer to the Red Sox.
I feel like that was a move made in spite because he made it a little bit more difficult because he didn't want to go to Washington. Which, if I'm Eric Hosmer, I ain't going to Washington either. That's on my no trade teams. I don't want to go there. No. So yeah, I would be much more happier in Boston than Washington. Boston actually has a future.
The question is, what is Boston trying? And Isaacs, I know you're a Boston guy. What are the Red Sox trying to do? Let's be honest. What are the Red Sox trying to do?
They're trying to kid themselves.
Because this is a team that's currently in dead last in the AL.
They won't be in dead last for very much longer because also Baltimore sold a little bit.
Baltimore did sell, and we'll go over one of their deals in a minute. They're only a half game behind Baltimore, and if you look at the wild card, they're only 3 games back of the wild card. Yes, they would have to jump Baltimore and Cleveland, and along with either Tampa or Seattle, but they are still in. I think you got to keep them in consideration for a wild card spot. Like this AL wild card is going to be intense because Toronto right now has has the first spot by 3 games. Teams can catch them, but I don't really see the Blue Jays slowing down all that much. Tampa Bay and Seattle. I see Tampa Bay slowing down a lot. Cleveland's 1 game back. Baltimore 2.5 games back. Boston 3 games back. White Sox 3 games back. This is going to be a competitive end of the season. Obviously, Baltimore's going to drop. We're expecting Baltimore to drop. It's going to happen. But all those teams can be considered in the wild card hunt. And I don't know who's going to make it through to the wild card. Now, if I had to go and say, I would feel like Toronto's probably going to get the first one. Seattle will probably get one, and Cleveland will probably get one. That would be my 3 that I would guess. Just because I think Tampa Bay falls out. Baltimore and Boston play up against too much of the AL East in order for me to think they have really that big of a chance. So I feel like Boston has a shot, but this is, I mean, they got a Hosmer, sure. They traded Vasquez. And then they go and trade for Pham as well. That was another one that they picked up Tommy Pham last night from the Reds. I'm confused. I know they're 3 games back, but is Boston better than Seattle? No. Is Boston better than Tampa? Maybe, but no, not right now. Is Boston better than Toronto? No. Is Boston better than the Yankees? No. Houston? No. Minnesota? No. White Sox? Maybe.
No.
Like this is a weird one. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Really like the Liberty play. Yep, me too. Juan Soto to the Padres. Yeah, we mentioned that one. That's probably the biggest deal of the day and will be the biggest deal of the day or the year, whatever. Honestly, my expectations for the season wasn't that high. Basically, whatever happens, happens. That's fair. Jays needed arms and did nothing. Nothing. What a joke. Excuse me?
They got Anthony Bass and Zach Pop for the bullpen. I really like those pieces for him.
You're overlooking it. Anthony Bass, Zach Pop from the Marlins were phenomenal this year in the bullpen. Let me pull up their statistics for this year. Like they've actually been a good pitching team. The fact that you're getting those 2 guys, I would be really happy if I was a what do you call it fan right now?
Blue Jays fan.
ERA, all players. Here we go. Looking for bullpen. Zach Pop this year, a 3.6 ERA, but that's through 20 innings. But he's been solid. And then you also got Anthony Bass, who, where's his numbers? Where's AB? I don't see him on here anymore. Interesting. Anthony Bass. Oh, there he is. A 1.41 ERA in 44 2/3 innings. 7 earned runs, 32 hits. He's been phenomenal this year. That's a fantastic move for the Jays. I know it doesn't seem like the flattering, pretty move or anything.
Not a flashy move. No,
it's not a flashy one, but that is definitely a move that I would be happy with. Initially, my best bet was the Wings. I like the Wings tonight, but I don't know if I need the points. Money line plus 280, quarter, half. I think they're good. They have a good chance. I don't think they win, but I think they cover. I think 8.5 points is too many. I'm not sure if Candace Parker is back today, but even if she is, she could be rusty. I mean, she wasn't back last time, and they did fine. But I would be leaning more towards the Wings, yeah. Or I bet the Wings. Frankie Montas for the Yankees. Yes, that was another big trade yesterday. I think they gave up a decent haul for him, too.
Yeah, and with Frankie Montas getting traded, the starting pitcher for today is Cole Irving for the Athletics. Not a
bad option either.
I kind of lean towards backing Syndergaard in that game.
Well, you gotta be careful because Syndergaard could be dealt.
He could be. He very well could be. That's why I'm not making any bets at the moment, but I am starting to look at numbers a little bit, and some spots are catching my eyes a little bit. A couple unders here and there. Maybe first 5 under with Baltimore and Texas is kind of catching my eye. Maybe a look towards taking a shot with Matt Manning and the Tigers. I don't know what the Tigers are going to do, though, so I want to see what they do. So I'm also looking at what was the other spot I was looking at? maybe a shot with the first 5 under with Miami and Cincinnati with Braxton Garrett and Graham Ashcraft. That is a 7. So it's a 4 in the first 5 innings. I don't hate that too much. I feel like I want to target a little more totals than sides today.
I'm still not going to touch any baseball today. I'll be back on baseball bets tomorrow. I'm just sending the link to our group chat to see if anybody wants to hop on and talk MLB trade deadline.
Yeah.
Stream.
Tigers are a nice plus 150 today. Plus 130 in the F5. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention. Let's go ahead, pull this back up. The Nats prospects haul for Soto and Bell might be the biggest ever.
Yeah.
That was a really nice haul from the Nationals for Soto. If I was both sides, I would be happy. I'd totally be okay with that. What's up, guys? What do you guys feel? I feel like this is going to be a crazy last 3 hours and 42 minutes, or 2 hours and 42 minutes right now. We'll be live until 6 o'clock, by the way. So we'll be live for 3 hours today, talking trade deadline talk until it shuts down. The first 2 hours is on the ESB show, or is the ESB show edition. We are also on the Max Wagers Network today, so if you guys aren't subscribed to that, go ahead and subscribe to that as well. We'll be live over there. But this is a trade deadline show. Going over all the big moves that are happening today, where players are going, what this means for betting, and we'll see how it goes. Over in the Mets game, yes, yes, I think so, because it's at an 8, which I think is just too low. Because the Mets are going to put up some runs against the Washington bullpen, and you're only going to see DeGrom for about 4 innings today.
I'm looking at potentially a first 5 under in that game.
I didn't bet any of these.
I'm looking at the Nationals because I have to.
I didn't bet any of it, but I wouldn't mind an over there. Under in the Phillies against the Braves, sure, I don't mind that one. Orioles money line, yeah, I don't mind that one either. Who are they against? Texas, and you're getting plus money to fade Spencer Howard. Yeah, I would be down for that. That's totally cool for me. Feeling for kickoff for NFL preseason. I will say the first day I'm going to be on the Raiders. I'll be
Raiders.
On the Raiders. I missed that Jays move. I'm catching up. All good. That's what we're here for. Afternoon, gentlemen. Afternoon. You took the Tigers. I don't hate it. I don't hate the Tigers today. For the record, I did not bet any MLB plays today. So, 3 games in a row without Candace would be impressive. It would be 100%. Tigers yesterday, first 5 hit that yesterday. There you go. Joey Gallo went to the Dodgers. Yep, he needs to pick up his hits up because he's standing up the place. Yeah. He did not play well in New York, which is weird because they have the Little League porch out in right field. So I would expect, if anything, that he would have been able to do something in New York, but no, nothing. Totals make sense. Won a cup of coffee bets against 2 minus 650 matches yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Good luck with that one.
He won it already.
Oh, he won it already? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he said I won a couple coffee bets.
Oh, yeah. I would say you have fun with that, though. Tampa. Is Tampa done for? I think Tampa's going to fall off. That being said, they'll probably end up getting the second wild card spot.
They're the Tampa Bay Rays. Are we really going to expect them to fall off? They don't make flashy moves, and they always win 100 games. So
they always do well. That is for sure. Early predictions for the Hall of Fame game, or is it a stay away? I like the Raiders.
I lean over in that game. It's a 32.
Yeah, you have fun with that over. I'm not betting that. We'll probably have the Raiders up on the site. Jesus, Dodgers fully stacked. Oh, glad Gallo gone. Yeah, Gallo is out of New York and on his way to LA. And
wow, that total is 30.5 now for the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, don't touch that, Nick. Reds team total over 3.5. Against who?
Against
the Marlins.
Braxton Garrett. I'm leading first 500 in that game.
So no. Arizona plus money today? Sure, why not? I don't mind that.
Against Tristan
NFL
McKenzie
already
with
preseason
Zach Gallen.
quizzes. I really haven't looked that much into the NFL preseason just yet. We'll really start to dig into it after today because our last 3 days have been MLB trade deadline. So, what are the Twins doing? Twins made a move. They got Jorge Lopez.
Yeah, they got a nice little piece, and they only gave up 4 low-level prospects for him.
So that's not a bad deal. They're making a move as we speak. Watch out for a bang. I'm ready to see something. Because it's been a little bit quiet lately, but it's not going to be quiet for long.
No.
I'm just constantly scrolling through the 3 Twitter pages just to see if anything updated. Nope. Most recent stuff is 41, 46, and 10 minutes. So, nope. Nothing new. Padres will still miss playoffs perpetually. They are the Padres.
I could see that.
I could. The Sparks look like a dumpster fire right now. Yeah. Why do you think we're on the Liberty? Right, they're playing the Liberty today. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're on the Liberty. So yeah, I agree. There was some other moves. Hader to the Padres. That was another interesting piece yesterday that we kind of mentioned a little bit. We'll definitely bolster that bullpen. I think we just got to look real quick at the NL. Because AL, whatever. AL is going to be Houston and New York, and I don't really care about all the other teams. National League's got about 4 teams that can win it. Mets, Dodgers, Padres, Braves. I feel like those are the only 4 teams that really have a shot. Looking at it.
Don't count out the Cardinals.
Okay. I'll count out the Cardinals. Looking at it, if the playoffs start today, Dodgers, Mets, and Brewers win the division with Atlanta, Padres, and the Phillies making the wild cards. So we get the 3 and 6, which would be Milwaukee and Philadelphia. Winner would face the Mets. And then you get Atlanta and San Diego. Winner would face the Dodgers. This is a perfect route for the Mets because they get either Milwaukee or Philadelphia at the moment, which Mets can take down Philadelphia, and I'm not really scared of Milwaukee. And then Atlanta and San Diego are going to beat each other up, and then the winner of that and Dodgers will beat each other up. I think that's a perfect route for the Mets. But not a Mets talk thing, but we'll see.
About the Mets, have they done anything?
No.
Rodon and Jock to the Twins.
Yeah, I don't have anything on that yet, so I can't say yes or no to that.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Phillies have interest in Rondon, and yes, the Giants are pursuing them in the wild card race. Also, the Twins and Cardinals still show interest. And that was 40 minutes ago. So that's something that could go down, but I don't know. I'm still waiting for that. Tim, I won a couple of bucks with the DK ticket thanks to Trevino, 2 home runs, Seager, Profar, and Judge. Hell yeah, dude. Get it. I will say I did not look at today's MLB slate because I was more focused on the trade deadline, so can't really help you out with that one. Liberty spread, yes. Mystics, yes. Dallas, yes. Suns game over. No, I like the under in the Suns game or Sun game. Shaky about the Sun over. Yeah, that's the only one I don't like out of those. I like the under in that game. DeGrom gets his first L today. I don't think so. If anything,
I could see him struggle a little bit versus in his first major league game in 2 years.
DeGrom is not well, no, it's a year. DeGrom will not get a win or a loss today. I'll say that. He will get a no decision. He won't get a win because he's only going to go 4 innings. And he won't get a loss because I don't think he gives up anything. Because you got to keep in mind, this is still now a Washington team without Bell, without Soto. So their two big boppers are gone. All they have left is Nelson Cruz, but he's 42? And he could be traded by them too. So I cannot imagine DeGrom getting beat up that bad where they lose. No, Mets should win tonight like 9-2. Let's be honest.
They're the first minus 300 road favorite.
They are. Yep. What's good, my guys? What's good? Astros and Rangers screwed me yesterday. Yeah, Astros kind of screwed me too.
Same here.
I had our best bet was the Astros run line, and I also had the over. 3-2 Boston. So yeah, that's how it went. Bros, it's nice seeing you guys again. I just got off. It's so nice to hey, good to see you too, Lane. Good to see you too. I like the Yankees solo team total over. What do you guys think? Who are against Logan Gilbert? No. I'm gonna say no to that. I like Logan Gilbert. Good afternoon, boys. Always money line. Sure. You're getting plus money to fade Spencer Howard. I would be okay with that, but I'm not. Once again, I have 0 in bet for baseball today. Why Aces only 4 points? I might take that. Nope. No, I'm not. I'm on the other side. I like the Mystics today. Mystics have played them twice this year and beat them both times. No, give me the Mystics. Told you, Boston money line. Yes, you did. And Logan Webb. Yeah, Logan Webb was not good last night. Luckily, we had the Dodgers run line, so that one worked out. You're on the Astros tonight, though. Astros tonight. Who's pitching for them? That would be Christian Javier versus Crawford. It's gotta be a run line. It's gotta be a run line for the Astros, if anything. Hey Nick, do you follow your minus 300 bet, or are you ducking it because it's your Mets? No, he's betting it.
I'm betting it. I'm waiting for the line to go up even more because I think that the Nationals may trade another piece or two, and this line goes from minus 345 to minus 350, minus 360. So right now I can get plus 240 and plus 270 first 5 in full game, and I'm probably going to definitely land on that. Those are 2 plays I'm going to bet today, which I will type up my card at the end. I'll probably bet a couple things, nothing crazy, but I will bet a couple things. Plus, it's DeGrom, yes, but he's only going 3 to 4 innings, so It's not worth laying minus 340 on 3 or 4 innings of DeGrom and then bullpen.
Correct. Tweet from Bob Nightingale. The asking price for starters Rondon, Molly, and Syndergaard remains sky high. Rival team executives say, with some contenders already bowing out of the bidding and staying pat. So we may not see Rodon or Molly or Syndergaard go anywhere.
Well, you saw what Montas went for, and we saw what Luis Castillo went for. So I'm not surprised that the asking prices are ridiculous right now. It usually is for starting pitching.
Oh, yeah. Starting pitchers is always very expensive at the deadline. So, no, I understand that 100%. Yeah, Mets run line minus 190. Yeah, there's no way.
Thank you.
Let's see. What is it on my book right now? Yeah, 190.
2.5 for.
I think it was like 140.
Minus 140 for. I can get plus 105 for Nationals plus 2.5.
You could, but when the Mets win 9-2 tonight, it's not going to be worth it. Over on Strider strikeouts, sure. He's been.
I may take the plus 2.5 as a little bit of a safety net.
No, no, don't do that. Yes to the Strider. Phillies do strike out a lot, and Strider's been quite solid. Although I like the Phillies for the game. I would take a big plus money for Phillies, but Strider, he's been pretty good with strikeouts, so I wouldn't talk you off of that.
Yeah, let's take a look at Spencer Strider's
okay. I had Mets 2.5 last night. I don't know about today. Yeah, no, I can't bet it today. Not even a chance.
No, I can't lay minus 135 for that. That's ridiculous.
No, you can't. I bet every game, every day. I'm a degen. I don't bet every single game. God.
I bet a lot of games, not every game.
Yeah, there's. Is there a way to make money and bet every single game? I don't think you can. I think that's a lot.
You can find edges in most games.
Astros run line. Yes. No, I know what you meant. So far, I'm on the under in St. Louis and Chicago.
Don't hate it.
Don't hate it. Okay. San Diego game 1 run line, sure, and the under in the Arizona Cleveland game. Sure. I have not bet anything, so. Yes, plus 2.5 deadlock. Don't say lock. Yeah, he's not happy. He said lock. I'm still trying to refresh stuff and see if there's any moves coming in. I would like a certain New York team to start making some moves because they got Vogelbach and then they got Naquin, and they haven't done anything since. So Mets, what are we doing? But we'll see. Where the best pitcher versus worst batter matchup? The best pitcher on the slate's probably DeGrom.
But if you're talking DraftKings, then
DraftKings? I have not a clue. Let's see. Contreras and Robertson are trending. Mets have intensified their pursuit of Contreras and Robertson. Things are fluent. No deal yet, though. Mets could be close, but that was on the 26th. Oh boy. Eric, you ready? We have the Boston here. Everybody on your best behavior, okay? Everybody. Places, and action. Good morning.
What a day. I mean, I did not think some of these trades were going to happen, I just I don't know about you guys, but the DeSoto trade, I was like, there's no way this big deal is going to get done and they're going to get what they got. I mean, that was I
thought Hosmer was going to hold that up eventually, potentially.
Crazy. I was shocked. Also to get Bell thrown in there, which I think he's been really good too. But I don't know about you guys, but I mean, where does this put them by making this trade? Does this
number 1 wild card spot? But so they're competing with the Braves for that? So the number 2 wild card spot?
But I mean, just like if you had to bet the futures, as far as just say the National League, they're going to win and be.
They lost all value. The Padres lost all the value because I remember I saw someone posted that they went from 30-1 to 17-1 to win the whole thing within the last week. So you've lost all value in betting the Padres.
World Series.
Do you believe in their pitching? That's
no.
I mean, because to me, you can have the best offense you want in baseball. Come playoffs, can you compete? Can you match up with Kershaw and all the guys that the Dodgers have?
Yeah.
Braves too.
And Bob Nightingale just tweeted literally 3 seconds ago that it was Luke Voit that replaced Eric Hosmer in the Juan Soto trade.
Really?
Luke Voit is going to the Nationals, not Eric Hosmer.
Wow.
That was the switcheroo right there.
Because Hosmer had a no trade? Was that the
Hosmer had a no trade?
Eric Hosmer has a no trade. I wouldn't want to go to Washington.
Right, but isn't that wouldn't have been his final. Well, it would have been his final landing spot this year because of the trade deadline. But I don't think he was going to end up there long term.
No.
I mean, there would have been a trade or a buyout or something in the offseason. I'm sure of it. But I do think this Padres team is in at least the talk now.
Yeah, 100%. I still think the Dodgers are better.
Yeah.
I still think the Mets are better. When it comes to, I think the Braves are the East version of the Padres, where they are up there, but not quite to the level of the Dodgers and the Mets. Which the Braves could. It's going to be a very interesting wild card series, either in San Diego or in Atlanta, when the Padres face off against the Braves, because that's the way I see it. I don't really. One of them's getting the first wild card spot because the Dodgers are not losing a 12-game lead. and one of them is going to get the second wild card spot.
Yep.
So this is
there anybody though? Because if you look, okay, you got the Braves, the Padres, or the Braves are 2 games up on the Padres right now.
Yeah.
But the Padres are only, I think, a half a game, or maybe even with the Phillies, and only 1 game.
2 games up on the Phillies, I thought.
As far as games back, if you look at ESPN, they're even.
They played 2 games up on the Phillies.
As far as wins.
3 wins.
Oh, yeah.
And one they have and one in the loss column. So 2 games up.
And then the Cardinals are only 1 game back farther from that. After that, nobody else.
After that's garbage.
I mean, it's the Giants were sellers. Well, basically,
they should
Marlins, Rockies. I mean, there's no.
I got an interesting tweet here saying sources say that the Phillies and the Angels are in talks on a trade. Outfielder Brendan Marsh has been mentioned in that discussion. Nothing official yet, but the Phillies are talking to the Angels about Brandon Marsh.
Interesting.
I'm going to go grab a drink real quick. I'll be right back.
I thought the Orioles selling was kind of like, you imagine you're finally above 500, which the Orioles are, and you tell your fan base, yep, we're not going to win this year because we're going to trade our closer and,
No, well, you got.
I think that just says how good the AL East is.
Well, you got to look at it one way for the Orioles. They did not expect to be where they are at.
Sure.
So they're just going through with the plan that they had in the beginning of the year, which was see how we do, and then we sell at the deadline. And then they keep rebuilding because they are still, 2 years, 3 years away from.
They're only 2.5 games out of. And because it's everybody in their division, the Blue Jays and the Rays, they're going to get tons of head-to-head against these guys.
Yeah, but I don't think they match up.
I get it that you're like, hey, we're ahead of game, and this was our plan. But sometimes plans change. Like hey, we were better than we thought. Their pitching has been way better than I thought. Way better. I don't know. Just seems like for a fan base that hasn't had much to cheer about. And you actually finally get them to that spot where it's like, hey, we're in this with the extra wild card now. We are literally 2.5 games out, and then we're like, hey, we're going to throw the talent. Now, granted, I don't know what you guys feel like. Closers are always like, how you feel about a closer and the value for a GM versus, they're not pitching every 5 days per se. It's not like they're playing every day.
I feel like the closer could be the most important pitcher on the staff because I value the closer very, very highly because if you don't have a shutdown guy
like Edwin Diaz,
like a Hader, like Diaz, like Luke Clay Holmes, like if you don't have one of those guys, you're gonna blow games. And sure, you can score all you want, but if you're giving up leads at the end, that's just not a.
And this is why the closers are not that good of a team. They don't have a shutdown closer. They don't have a reliever. That's why the Phillies aren't going anywhere. That's why, the Blue Jays, there's this kind of shaky with Romano. He's hit or miss, really. He's strong most of the time. But that's that's one of the big positions where if you can't hold leads and win games and get those final 3 outs, it's very difficult for me to see you be able to do that in the playoffs.
The farther the games, like the season goes on, I believe the closer gets more important. Mm-hmm. Because you're not going to roll a closer out every day. You just can't, So
but you roll it out
sometimes you have to.
And you're not putting them out there. 3 out of 5 games.
Yeah,
depending on how good you are.
I don't know. It just seemed like the Orioles. I was a little surprised that they traded away a couple guys when it was like, hey, it's there for the taking. Do you believe in the Blue Jays? I don't. Do you believe in the Rays? I don't. I do believe in Seattle.
I do believe in Seattle. I even mentioned that. One of the betting odds I was looking at was Seattle to win the American League, and it was like 11-1 or 12-1 or something like that. Because I'm not betting the Yankees and I'm not betting the Mariners. Not betting the Yankees, not betting the Astros. So
those are the two. Who's the third option? Because they're probably fourth, right?
Blue Jays,
pennant future. Blue Jays are currently 750, and then the Mariners are now 14-1.
How about Twins?
Twins are 25-1.
Get this: for the World Series, at least on my book, it's $9.50 for the Padres now. That was like 17 or 20 to 1 earlier, and that was all the way up to 30 to 1 at one point, I believe. Now they're within 10 to 1. That is way overvalued.
I just don't think they have
they don't
the pitching to match up with the top 3 teams in the NL. Especially if they get to the World Series, I don't think they have the pitching there either. So to me, I don't know. That's a bet against. I do this isn't just a play now. A lot of times the trade deadline, you're like it's a win now kind of thing. This is a long-term play because obviously when you get a guy, what is he, 24 years old, this is a guy that you're going to be able to build your franchise around. So it's not like, hey, we traded our future away trying to win a championship this year. They obviously think, hey, this is something that'll help us this year. But they got to be thinking if they're going to win this year, they got to be adding a bat. They got to.
Yeah.
Or
we do have a trade here. It's confirmed now. Angels outfielder Brandon Marsh has been traded to the Philadelphia Phillies for top catching prospect Logan O'Hoppe. Logan O'Hoppe.
Like what?
That, and then we also got the Reds are in serious discussion with the Twins for Tyler Mahle.
Ooh.
Really?
So yeah, there's
and then the Phillies also announced that they backed off for Noah Syndergaard. They're not interested in Noah Syndergaard. They just got Brandon Marsh.
Watch Syndergaard go back to the Blue Jays where he started his career.
I'm not a Syndergaard. It hasn't been great this year. I don't know why you would want him. I would think I would rather a younger pitching prospect that has more upside than a guy.
But you also got to think Syndergaard does have postseason experience. So, and at the same
success though, not a whole lot of success.
Made the World Series, but
he threw 7 shutout innings against the Giants in that wild card game in 2016.
I don't know. I just think.
He has the playoff experience. The thing is, he doesn't look good because look who he had behind him. He had the Angels. The Angels aren't good.
But what team are you putting him on? And he's not going to be your 1 or 2.
No, absolutely not.
Your 3rd or 4th. What team would I don't know. It just seems like if you have to.
I don't know where he would go. I wouldn't be surprised. I really hope that's not true.
Really? Is that really who they're going after?
No. I wouldn't be surprised if Noah Syndergaard managed to get into say Houston, because I know Houston's looking for an arm.
Houston has 6 starters already, though.
Yeah, but still,
he's not better than their top 4.
I'm surprised that Syndergaard's not wearing pinstripes right now. To be completely honest,
the Yankees have a ton of arms, though. Like the Yankees,
but they would be more than willing to make moves in order to do that.
I think the trade that makes the most sense if we're looking at Thor is the Blue Jays.
Yes.
I mean, you can get Kikuchi out of your rotation.
Yeah,
replace the. He would probably be your 3rd or 4th starter, so that would make a little. Because to me, if you're trading for a pitcher and you're putting him in the 5th spot, why trade? Because guess what? In the playoffs, you're not using your 5th starter. You only use 4, maybe 3. The way the schedule works now.
Where are you seeing this, Isaacs? Where are you seeing this? Mets get Darren Ruff and the Giants get JD Davis. Is this just a guess, or have you actually seen this being confirmed by somebody? That's my question.
Yeah, cite your sources. Cite your sources on that one. What? Yes, Marsh to the Phillies. Yeah, we saw them.
The Yankees got better by trading Gallo away.
They were
what were the Dodgers thinking? This guy's been terrible.
You never know, change of scenery. But the way I thought about it with Gallo is he was on the Yankees with the T-ball porch in the right field. How did he not do anything?
Right. It doesn't. I mean, obviously, there's a lot more pressure you play in New York City, so that's not for everybody.
And LA is any different?
Yeah, but they don't the fans there don't. I mean, they care when they're winning, but they don't the Yankees. These people obsess about every. It's New York City. It's they just obsess over every little thing. It's a tough place. Not everybody's meant for it.
Correct.
It definitely. I'm guessing you're buying low if you're the Dodgers. That's the positive. And the Dodgers were low. The Dodgers were just the Yankees were just we just got to get him off our roster. He's not playing anyway.
Yeah.
So you got something for him, which, it doesn't matter what you get it to. I mean, to me, I thought if you said the Yankees don't have a whole lot of holes if stay healthy right now, I would say
they look fine.
Maybe the bullpen.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I was about to say, get
innings,
another bullpen piece.
You can't have enough bullpen because
no, you cannot.
Towards the late in the season, the starters start to get tired. You have to use your bullpen more. That's always good. And then in the playoffs, we've seen it. Like, these games can go forever, and you can use a million pitchers. So
we do have another trade alert. The Phillies are making more moves, and they acquired Chicago Cubs relief pitcher David Robertson.
No.
And the Mets did get Darren Ruff in exchange for J.D. Davis. That is confirmed by Underdog MLB.
Interesting.
Like, the Phillies need a starter. They need a starter. Like, I mean, their payroll is so high. If they miss the playoffs, it's like, what are you doing? They're going to be a luxury tax guy. And it's like, if you're in a luxury tax, like the Dodgers, the Yankees, Red Sox, in years past, you got to be in the playoffs and go deep to make it worth your while.
Yeah. I mean, the move for the Phillies, that's what they need is bullpen.
So is Ohtani off the?
Ohtani's off. Yeah, they're no longer accepting trades or offers for Ohtani. So Ohtani's off the table. Contreras, JD Martinez,
because that would have made
Molly,
Ohtani
Pedersen.
Ohtani made sense. I actually thought maybe the Rays would entertain Kluber, getting rid of Kluber.
They should.
Because,
I don't think they're selling now.
It doesn't sound like, which usually the Rays are always sellers, even when they're good, because they're like, hey, we always want to acquire young talent that's cheap. Like, I'm guessing Kluber makes a little money. Who's trading here now?
We get another trade alert. The Minnesota Twins have acquired right-handed pitcher Tyler Mahle from the Cincinnati Reds.
He was sneaky good, as a Reds fan. It was like one of those guys, if I was betting the Reds, that was the guy that you overlook him. Hunter Green, he's a flamethrowers, and he gives up big runs. But Mahle, God, that's a sneaky good pickup.
Yeah, and I'm not super high on the Twins, but that definitely helps the Twins.
It's an easy division, It's like the White Sox aren't very good, the Guardians aren't great. Bieber was another guy I thought maybe that could be had. Not that I heard anything, but I just was like, you're looking at guys that teams that are you buyer or seller. I guess the problem is the Guardians are only a couple games out.
Yeah, they're only a couple of games out.
What source do you have for that Twins news?
Underdog MLB, which they've been spot on this entire time.
Yeah, my Reds are depleted is like a kind words for the Reds right now. I mean, they have traded in 2.5 years. They have traded everybody since they made the.
Yeah,
everybody. But if any of these guys pan out to be good, they're going to have a low payroll, which is what you're in a small market team. What you're going to have. I was hoping they could try a way to get rid of Joey Votto, but I think isn't he on the last year of the deal? Let me check.
I don't think Votto wants to go anywhere.
Other than
I think Votto's going to retire already. He's not going anywhere.
Toronto is the only place because he's from Canada.
Yes, but the Reds, the Blue Jays don't need him because they have Vladdy there, so they don't really.
Right, but he wouldn't be an everyday player. But I mean, a guy off the bench. I believe
he wants to play every day. This is the end of his career. He wants to play.
This is not his last year in the deal. He makes $25 million this year. Next year it's 25, and then 2024 player option, I believe, $20 million. So, yeah, that's why he hasn't been traded. I mean,
nobody's going to pay for
$70 million.
He's not going to want to leave Cincinnati right now. Even though the team sucks, he's not leaving Cincinnati.
Right, but when you're on your last year of your deal, sometimes you do because you want to try to win one, and like this will be his last chance. But no one's picking up an extra $45 million. That just didn't happen.
I'm
not
surprised
and the rest aren't a team that aren't going to pay.
I'm surprised that Boston grabbed Hosmer.
What is Boston doing?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
The problem when you're Boston, you can't just sell because, their fans are just fans won't allow it. I mean, it's like they expect at least you try to win all the way to the end. And to be honest, how far is Boston out?
4 games, 5 games, 3 games?
3 for the wild card.
You know, and they're the two of the teams above them are in their division, so they're going to get a ton of games.
Is this a buy low spot on the Red Sox?
The problem is I don't think they win with pitching, and I don't think their bats are consistent enough to win in that division, just out hitting teams. So it's a very tough spot if you're Boston, unless Chris Sale would come back, which he's out for another week or 2.
Something like that.
Oh, Chris Sale can't stay on the field. He can't.
Right.
He can't catch a freaking break though.
But he would be the one guy that if you look and be like, because it's like basically getting a trade if you bring a guy in that and can turn back the clock, and he would be fresh because he hasn't pitched much in the last few years. I mean, that could be the only saving grace. But I still don't even think that's enough because what do you have behind him? Who do you trust behind him pitch? I mean, they're 500 exactly right now.
Not sure.
I mean, that's pretty much what I don't know. What did you guys expect for that, Boston? I was expecting a couple games above 500 by the end of the year. I just didn't think they made the playoffs.
I was a lot higher on Boston than most people. I thought Boston would be able to have a shot at the division, maybe even shot at the pennant. Like I was a lot higher on the Red Sox than most people were. Everybody was all over the Yankees and the Blue Jays. I said, hey, you know what? I want to grab Boston at like 450 or something to win the division.
I liked the Yankees heading into the year. I thought they were going to be good. That was my pick to win the AL East and the AL in general heading into the season.
I knew they would be the best team in the division. I did not think they would be this far up. I mean, it's really been because the Blue Jays haven't really done what people thought. I mean, you know, if you flip some of those games,
I saw tons of people love the Blue Jays heading into this year.
I mean, the Blue Jays, I would say the Rays a little bit are a little disappointment. I think a lot of people like the Rays as a sneaky pick too. But the Blue Jays are the disappointing team in that division. If they flip some of the games against the Yankees, then everything's a lot closer. You know, the Red Sox have actually been okay against the Yankees this year. So considering how good the Yankees have been. So what do you think of your Mets, though? Do you think?
I think they're still in talks
with
the
best team in baseball. They're the best team in baseball, right?
The best thing that the Mets, the best player that the Mets brought onto their roster during the trade deadline was bring DeGrom back from the minors after his injury. That's the best thing they've done. The Mets had a 1.95 starting ERA in the month of July. I'm not worried about them. Now, I'm still hoping for. I mean, I don't know. Is Ruff the answer, Nick? Is Ruff really the answer for DH? I don't think so. I was hoping for a JD Martinez, and I'm still hoping that we get Contreras. I'm still hoping that
now that Wilson Contreras David Robertson deal is no longer in effect, because Robertson's now a Philly.
To me, if you're a Mets fan, you basically say we're going to win with pitching. It's going to be a lot of low-scoring games in the playoffs, and we're going to have to manufacture.
It's not like the Mets bats aren't there, though. They're a top 10 team in hitting this year, actually. When you look at runs per game, they hit. They got a solid lineup. Alonso is good. Lindor is good.
The Nationals and the Marlins, though. Like the National and the Marlins are on their schedule a lot. So, and to be honest, the National League, there's only 5 good teams. So you're playing a majority of bad teams. It's like, I don't know how they're going to compete against the Yankees. Because that's right now, it looks like it'll be the Subway Series. The Yankees are going to score runs. Can they compete with that? That and it would be an amazing series. Subway Series. What's that? Well, you guys might not have been alive for that.
2000.
I was. We were less than a year old.
Yeah. Amazing year. I guess the Dodgers would be the. Are the Mets a favorite or the Dodgers favorite now?
Dodgers.
Close, right?
Yeah, it's World Series. In terms of winning the National League, the Dodgers are 160 and the Mets are 325.
Whoa, that's a lot more. I was thinking it would be like plus 200, plus 250.
But everybody and their mother loves the Dodgers, so I'm not really. Everybody's all over the
Dodgers. A lot of weakness, and you know they're proven, so I get it. I mean, it's hard to root
against Dodgers. There's no way they lose in the playoff, right?
No, but I mean, at least they're going to get there every year. I mean, that's
Francisco. He's a White Sox fan.
I know. I was going to say Francisco is maybe a little high here.
Ohtani to the. First, you're right. The White Sox can't be buyers. There's not one player out there that can make them.
No, the way that the White Sox can improve their roster is getting players healthy.
Yeah, that's the only way. He froze again, but up there we go. He's back. You froze for a minute, but
who do you think like there's not one, but you put Ohtani on there. He's not good enough to make the White Sox a World Series contender.
Yeah, no.
I don't even think they beat the Twins.
The thing is, the White Sox are not as far back as we think.
Yeah.
Like, they're 3 games back for the wild card, sure. But they're only
Lance Lynn has
2
been
games back
terrible.
for...
Lance Lynn's been terrible. Giolito hasn't pitched well. I mean, it's like it would be hard. And now, granted, you get Ohtani. I guess now everybody moves down a spot in your rotation. So, like, but still, I don't know. It just seems that division's terrible. I like the Twins a little bit. Everybody else, I think, is garbage.
I think whoever makes it out of that division. So probably my guess would be the Twins.
Yep.
Most likely make it out, or the Guardians. They would have to face the 6th seed, which I don't care who the 6th seed is. I don't think that the Central team does anything.
It would be tough.
Cease has been way better than average, number one. He's almost putting up Cy Young Award numbers and was snubbed from the All-Star game. And Cueto is Cueto. You didn't expect him to be that good. I think he's exceeded expectations, Cueto.
5-4. That's a guy that, like, surprised he's not dangled out there because he'd be a 4th or 5th rotation for most. That'd be an upgrade for most of these teams looking for upgrade. And I don't think, I just can't imagine that the White Sox think, like, hey, we're going to add 1 player or even 2, and now all of a sudden we're going to win the World Series. You're not adding anybody unless Lance Lynn turns it around to where he was, a year or 2 ago, and then maybe because Cease, Lynn, I guess Cueto would be your 3rd. Giolito, I don't know. Like, those will match up pretty decent if it's Lance Lynn of old, but he hasn't been. Like, betting against Lance Lynn's made me a bunch of money this year.
Yes. Real quick with your Reds, they figured out what the package is going to be for Tyler Mahle. The Reds are going to be getting Twins prospects, infielder Spencer Steer, which is the number 4 in the Twins system. Left-handed pitcher Steven Hajar, which is the 11th, and 3rd baseman Christian Encarnacion, which is their 14th. So 4, 11, and 14 prospects for
that's a lot. That's a lot.
Well, starting pitchers are really expensive right now. And that's why you're seeing Syndergaard.
I guess he's young. I guess he's young too, and that's the thing. It's like this guy's probably
and starting pitchers is tough to come by right now.
And he's cheap, so it's
are they planning on extending him though? That's the huge question mark. If you're trading like that, you got to think that they're going to extend Mahle for a couple of years at least.
He might have an arbitration year in there too, so
he could, yeah.
Like, so that might give you another year. I mean, obviously, like you said, you're trading like that. You have to be thinking you're at least going to try to extend them or try to keep them because that's a lot to give up. I mean, the Reds have done very well so far. Yeah, if you look, the prospects they're getting.
Yeah,
they're doing. The problem is these prospects don't always. They just don't pan out.
Yeah. No, and you got to think not all the prospects are going to work out because they're at the same time they're prospects. We don't know what these guys are going to do in the majors. That's why trading the prospects.
Why
I will always trade a prospect for somebody who I know is going
established.
To be established.
That's why when you trade a proven, like legitimate pitcher, you have to get 5 prospects so that you can flunk out on a couple of them.
So that one of them could be really good, and you'd be like, "All right, we did fine."
Yeah. Yeah, because the Reds, they're years away. So,
that's why I have no problem with the Padres selling the farm to get Soto. Yep. And I'm wondering how they're going to extend Soto because between him, Tatis, and Machado, that's $1 billion tied up within 3 players.
Well, but a lot of it gets backloaded because you pay a guy $35 million, and then at the end he's making $45 million. The good thing is usually when you're paying those guys 10, 15-year contracts. They end up being 40. You could go 10, 15 years with him, and he's 35 years old, 36 years old. It's like, it's not.
They should extend him. They should.
If they give Soto a 15-year deal, that'll give him to their age 38 season because he's 23 right now, which is why he was such a big commodity.
like for him, I almost think like I mean I think I would I don't know. I guess you don't when you're talking almost half a Billy. I guess you don't mess around with like, hey, I might try to make money 10 years down the line. You just say I'll take the guaranteed money and screw it.
Yep. When you're
It's not
talking
like
about half
LeBron.
$1 billion, why the hell not?
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. I can't wait to see. I always said after the trade deadline, I really despise baseball because the bad teams get worse and the good teams get better. So the lines, of course, get way between favorites and underdogs. Get like the gap.
It's
It
going to
was
be
the Grand
ugly
Canyon
betting the last
before.
couple
It's
months.
it's like Grand Canyon times 2 when it's after the trade deadline. It is very difficult. Betting the teams that good teams against each other is kind of the only way to go about it. Or you gotta
Taking big underdogs.
or you gotta play some big underdogs, or even the +1.5. A lot of times you take the plus run line, which I'm not a huge fan of.
I'm not either. But +2.5 is something I'm willing to do. Like you can get the Nationals +2.5 tonight at +105 against the Mets. That's something I may bet.
But the Nationals have just been so bad. I mean,
no.
I sometimes really, really bad teams like the Nationals, like the Reds. I'm trying to think who else is out there.
A's.
The Marlins have been lately. The A's. Well, the A's have been freaking money.
The A's have been better lately, but they're still the A's.
It's like it sometimes because you have that, those guys all know that they're, on the trade block. And the guys that don't get traded, I think all of a sudden now they have that weight off their back. So there's a short term, I think some of the really bad teams can survive. The problem is then you get into the rotation. Well, now the guys that haven't even pitched all year, now they're bringing up minor league guys to, pitch.
But I kind of don't mind that because similar to what we saw with when Toronto played Kansas City for those 4 games when half the team was out because they weren't vaccinated, is you're seeing these players that we saw with Kansas City get an opportunity to show what they're made of. And that's exactly what we're going to see in the second half of the season with Washington, with a bunch of these other teams that sold, with Oakland and with Cincinnati, all these teams that are selling at the trade deadline here. We're going to see that where these teams will have these minor leaguers all of a sudden show up and be kind of dangerous because they've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, short term, there's this week. There's a week after the trade deadline that I still can be looking at some of these really bad teams like the Nationals because I think that weight off their shoulders. You get some unproven prospects that haven't been scouted per se too. Like pitchers haven't pitched against these guys, or pitchers, vice versa.
Kind of like what we saw with Zepra against the Blue Jays there in that first game where they won straight up as the big dog.
But then after a week or two, all those guys get scouted, and the cream rises to the top, they say, and that gap becomes even wider. That's why I don't know about you guys, but once it comes football season, I bet a lot less baseball. I only bet 1 a day. I'm just looking for
definitely going to tone down here at the second half because I also have a rule that I made for myself a couple weeks ago for this season just to test out how it'll do. I'm up, I think, 6 units doing so far. Every single time there's a -300 favorite, I bet the underdog in the first 5 in the full game. Like tonight, I will have the Nationals first 5, and I will have the Nationals full game against the Mets because the Mets are -345 favorites on my book. And that's going to be really tough to do at the end of the season here. But you're going to get $3 on some of these teams that they may pull off an upset one of these games. And
you only got to win 1 out of 4
games.
You win 1 out of 3, you're for sure a profit. 1 out of 4 sometimes.
Exactly.
These prices going to get crazy. I mean, it's Yankees.
I'm going to get $3 for some of these teams. And whenever you see a team at -300, I'm going to be on the underdog that game. And it's going to be scary at the second half of the season. But I think that no team should be -300 favorites versus another Major League Baseball team.
Well, I'm just glad. I'm glad it wasn't just the Dodgers and the Yankees getting guys, because I was like, if the Dodgers do it again, like a few years ago when they got Scherzer and Trey Turner and all that, like
I see how that worked out.
It's like, but it's like, come on, like.
He froze again.
Abdul Herrera was designated for assignment by Philadelphia, making room for Brandon Marsh, most likely.
There you go. Hey, you're back. You keep freezing.
I know. I'm not plugged directly in, but if I do so, I'm going to go out for 5 minutes while it resets the modem. So,
no, I understand what that is.
I just think you remember, you guys are probably too young. Chris Paul was going to get traded to the Lakers back when he was with New Orleans, and the NBA is basically if he gets traded there, they're going to win the championship and nix the trade. It's like sometimes I wish baseball would do that. It's like, dude, these just keep giving the Yankees and the really good teams like the best players in baseball. Like it's just it kind of takes away the competitive balance of baseball.
Mm-hmm. By the way, the guys putting in a salary cap. But the baseball
it's a salary cap issue. Yeah. It's until there's a salary cap, there's always going to be this.
Yeah. By the way, the full trade here with Darren Ruff heading to the Mets. The Giants will receive J.D. Davis along with prospects Nick Zwick, Carson Seymour, and Thomas Szapucki.
What?
Do you bet the Dodgers even more tonight, -1.5? I mean, it's like the Giants.
Giants are selling, but
I have no money.
The price on this game now. That's the thing. If this line has gone to a really good price with the Giants, why not take a shot of San Fran here? They're only plus 122, so I don't know about that.
Good morning, Lenny.
Oh, you gotta give me a warning.
I didn't.
Here's Lenny. All right, there we go. Is that good?
I wanted to come on with my Toledo Mud Hens hat. I wanted to show my Mud Hens hat. That's
fancy.
I know, right? So I thought today was a good day. Plus, I'm
yeah. By the way, this is not baseball, but there's a little bit of football news. Broncos wide receiver Tim Patrick was carted off the field during practice today. So already we have a decent name wide receiver going down. Tim Patrick for the Broncos.
Interesting.
Possibly their best wide receiver, by the way.
The big news is the Fens get slapped on the wrist for tampering with Brady and Sean. What's his name?
I just knew Brady. Who else did they mess with? Sean McVay or from
They had proof. They went back and they have proof that they were messaging Brady when he was with the freaking Patriots, going that far back.
Yeah, 2000, whatever it was, 19 or 18, whatever year we're in now.
I mean, it's like, they hit him pretty hard with suspensions and fines and losing a first-round draft pick is obviously a big thing. But they're going to be pretty decent, I think, this year. So it's not like if you're one of the worst teams and you get hit with a first-round draft pick, you'll lose a top 10 pick or something. But they're going to probably lose a 15 to 19 pick, let's say 18. So it's like it hurts, but it's not.
I think the Dolphins will be okay this year. They're not going to be anything
right,
crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. They're not going to if you're the Jaguars, you lose a number 1 pick, or the Texans, it really hurts because it's like, damn, we're going to lose top 3 or 4 pick.
Let's just call the Jaguars having the number 1 pick in the 2023 draft right now.
I don't think they're bad.
Texans.
The only team that could give them a run for their money.
I think the Falcons
and the Lions. The Lions too.
Oh,
Falcons. I would say the Falcons. With this guy. The Jaguars, the Texans.
I think the Falcons will
Giants, maybe.
The Giants could be bad.
The Giants could be real
Seahawks.
Bad.
How about the Seahawks? They could be if they don't.
Seahawks will be bad this year, but Seahawks money line week 1.
Week 1.
I just think there's going to be there's always a few teams that you don't expect to be bad that end up being really bad too. I think the stat was half of the teams from the playoffs the year before.
Patriots.
Half the teams from the playoffs last year won't make the playoffs this year. So,
Patriots aren't making it.
Giants are winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right after the Lions, Nick. Right after the Lions.
That's fair. Tim Earle. Look at that guy. Man after my own heart.
The Jets.
Tim's only being nice to me because they're coming to Vegas.
No. He said the Giants. So I said after Lenny's Lions and that should be in about what? No, Lions should be good in what? 3 years? Realistically.
Why do we always have to talk about the Lions?
Well, this is a baseball show, but no, I'm busting. I'm not trying to tug at your heartstrings.
Listen, I've seen the Red Wings win a Stanley Cup. I've seen the Tigers when I was 12 win the World Series. I've seen the Pistons and the Bad Boys win, the championship. Just one time.
Hold on.
One time for my Lions, and then I
here's what happens. That just means you're old.
Happy man.
That just means you're old. These guys just aren't young enough to see their teams win always because they haven't been around long enough. I said to him, I said, you guys probably weren't alive when the last Subway series happened. It was like 20 some years ago. And they're like, yeah,
2000, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were less than a year old at that time.
I would love to see. We talked about that. Me and Cam Ross talked about that a little bit on Morningwood about possible, World Series stuff. And I'm like, from a fan standpoint, I don't think we need to see that East Coast West Coast thing. I know everybody talks about it for ratings, like Dodgers, Yankees, whatever.
No.
I want to see the Mets, Yankees. I want to see them play every day. There's no travel. You should play every day.
Well, they suck it out as long as they can. But Dodgers, Yankees would also be good though. That would be good.
Yeah, I'm. I don't know so I'm just joining with you guys. What's the general consensus on the Padres for Juan Soto and all them people that they got?
They made a decent amount of moves for a wild card team.
Yeah,
I don't think it improved them. I don't think it made them.
It improved them. It improved them. 100% it did.
For right now.
No.
For right now.
I don't if you stack the teams before the trade deadline and after, I don't put them still above the teams that were above them before.
Correct.
No. I think the Dodgers and Mets are still above them.
But I don't think they moved up, and maybe they go from.
They made their franchise better.
Maybe they go from 4 to 3 and they pass the Braves.
That's my thought.
It's tight though. That would be it's like cutting hair.
No, I think at this point the Padres are better than the Braves.
I don't know. The Braves have better pitching. To me, to be in the playoffs, you have to have better pitching, and they have the better.
Correct.
Pitching.
Well, we'll see because most likely we're going to see the Padres and the Braves in the wild card round. That's my prediction.
Most likely. So. I would say the Cardinals are the lurking giant there because the Reds got worse, the Cubs got worse, the Pirates got worse,
and the Brewers got worse. What are you doing trading Josh Hader away?
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on there. I'm expecting maybe the Giants to be sellers here in the last.
Oh yeah, they should be. They've already They already gave Mets Daniel. Right.
But they got major league talent back with it. They got J.D. Davis back with it.
Right. So it wasn't like a complete sell-off.
The Giants' problem is they're in the
like Boston.
2 good teams. Like Arizona got worse. I mean, I just think the Cardinals are going to make a push, I believe, because they're just playing. You play in division, you play 3 teams that are terrible. You're going to win a lot of freaking games.
I think the Cardinals are one of those teams where, similar to last year, I think they can sneak into a playoff spot.
I don't think
because I remember they're a team I rode all last season.
So that means who's not making it?
Where did Jake Odorizzi go?
The Braves or the Padres?
The Braves.
Jake Odorizzi went to the Braves.
Yeah, right. Okay. So I asked this question. I go, we all Allie Burns jokes about she could hit Jake Odorizzi's fastball, and I'm like, but you can't do it now that he's a Brave. Only when he was an Astro, because it's got more spin on that thing or whatever. But the Padres starting their rotation: Musgrove, Darvish, Manaea, Snell, Clevenger. Not great.
I don't like the back end of it. I don't mind Darvish, and I don't mind
good,
Musgrove.
Really good, maybe, but not
Snell
great.
Has been terrible this year. Clevenger is very hit or miss.
Well, they're not better than the Dodgers.
They're
not better than the pitchers for the Mets or the Dodgers, and I would argue that or the Braves. So you're the 4th best rotation. And to be honest, the Cardinals, like I said, we're going to have an easier schedule.
Honestly, there's non-playoff teams with better rotations than the Padres here, because I think the Marlins have a better rotation than the Padres. For now. With Alcantara, with Lopez, with Rogers, and they have a better rotation than the Padres. But even non-playoff teams are better than them.
The Braves, obviously, Max Fried Chicken, money. He's just money.
Yeah, Max Fried Chicken is phenomenal.
But you also have the Phillies. The Phillies made a bunch of moves.
Yes, and the Phillies are still looking. There was one post that I found that the Phillies are still looking around. Sources said the Phillies have talked to the Red Sox for Eovaldi and Rich Hill, and to the Giants about Carlos Rodon. And still in conversation with Syndergaard.
The Phillies are trying to make some moves. I mean, do they expect?
You think it's this
get
8 years ago?
The problem is the Phillies is you don't have that kind of payroll and be like, let's just toss this season away. It's like we gotta try to at least make the wild card.
Yeah,
but
you have to be that 6th wild card spot.
You have the toughest division to make the wild card because the Braves and the Mets are loaded with starting pitching. So it's like it's going to be very tough for them. They're the team that, they need the most help, I think, to make it.
Oh, 100%. Well, it would be
hard.
them versus the Cardinals for that last wild card spot, I would think. But if we go real quick, I'm bringing up the Phillies. The Phillies, what do you call it? The schedule, because I do think they have a semi-favorable schedule. Granted, they get they get 2 against Atlanta. Okay, in Atlanta, maybe split them. Try to do that. 4 at home against Washington. They should win 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 4. 3 against Miami. Then they get 3 against the Mets. It's in New York, so yikes. You get 3 in Cincinnati. They should win 2 out of 3. 4 of them 4 against the Mets in Philadelphia. That's going to be a big series for them. Cincinnati in Philadelphia. Pittsburgh in Philadelphia. At Arizona. All right, fine. At San Francisco. That's their West Coast trip. They get the Marlins, the Nationals, the Marlins. That's 3-3-3. Those are theoretically games that you should be winning. At the Braves, tough series. 2 against Toronto, tough series. 4 at home against the Braves. Should take some of those. And then they get the Cubs, the Nationals, and the Astros to finish off the season.
That sounds like a 500 record, though. 500 is not going to get you in.
No, it's not. Not at this point.
So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's easier for the Cardinals because you're going to play.
Yeah, the Cardinals have one of the easiest remaining strengths of schedule in baseball. I think the White Sox are the only ones with an easier one.
Probably Padres are probably easier, too, because Arizona and San Francisco aren't going to be like, probably world beaters the rest of the season, I'm guessing. So,
man, the Padres are bought in.
If you're the Phillies, you need 2 starting pitchers, not 1. You need 2 if you're going to go get them. Get 1, you might as well just waste more money, give up more prospects.
See that one comment in there? I thought the Cubs would be more sellers than they have been. I agree. What's his name? Wilson Contreras. That's true too. I mean, that's just where that's at. But I mean, somebody out there needs a little bit, and at least they think they do. I don't think the Yankees are done because the Yankees are that team that even if they don't win.
What year did the Cubs win the World Series?
2016.
I mean, talking about like a team that's went from the hot. And sometimes you see that with the Royals when they because they went all
the Nationals.
The Nationals.
I was just gonna say
they just won it in 2019.
3 years ago.
The Cubs.
Yeah, they won it in 2019.
Money's not a problem. It's like how in the hell in a big market team can the Cubs be so freaking bad?
I don't.
It doesn't make any sense.
I still think the Tigers got a shot. So.
True fan. I think we're going to win.
I couldn't say it. I knew it was coming. That's fair.
If they turn back the clock and started the season over, you would still bet them. That's just a true fan.
I would still listen. They sit right now today at 41 wins, and I have them over the win total, which is not looking good unless they go on a streak of streaks. But I'm just chalking it up as a loss. But they should have been better than what they were. The Tigers' problem is Al Avila, their general manager. He's a bum. He's always been a bum. He always will be.
What's the wins you need to get him to?
I think it was Tim. What I don't know. I
don't know. I think it was 78 or something.
78.
76.
No, it was. They had to go.
Gotta be
72. I think.
Let me get it up. I had it on a Google sheet.
I'd have to find the ticket because I paper ticket my futures. I'm old school like that.
70. I would have.
Let me take a look. I have I have a spreadsheet of futures I was looking at.
Yeah, no, it was whatever. They play 162 games. Half of that is 81. It was like they had to go. I thought they'd be a 500 ball club. High 70s.
78 and a half. 78 and a half.
Yeah.
Was it?
You thought they were going to be 500. When's the last time they've been 500?
To be fair,
Tim, defend my honor.
He expected the rotation to not all die.
Yeah.
I expected Casey Mize not to die after 2 weeks into the season.
They're getting Matt Manning back tonight. I low-key want to back the Tigers tonight with Matt Manning.
So, I mean, here's the thing. Matt Manning, their rotation's young. Casey Mize, Matt Manning.
He's talking about them like the Red Wings, too.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. You better watch out for the Pistons. You better watch out for Detroit sports teams in general. The Pistons are good. The Tigers,
we got to take away this right to talk about Detroit.
Stop it. Get some help.
Damn it.
Hey, no more Detroit talk for Lenny. He's taken off.
You guys brought. I didn't even do it.
Yeah, it's like when Lenny starts bringing up his Detroit teams. It's
my God, who the hell cares?
That's just mean.
I do. I do.
You know what we could say?
Don't even look at my Twitter feed right now, because the last like 4 or 5 tweets I've had is all about HBO's Hard Knocks and the Lions. And there was a quote today from Dan Campbell. They had a blurb or whatever of him like addressing the team, and he's like, "We're gonna tread water. We're gonna tread water until we effing bury these people." And and I was like, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, ... Again, shocking, but whatever. I'm bought in. My Lions, football is my favorite sport, and I'm a diehard Lions. I don't want to talk shit about my Lions. They're going to win the Super Bowl. And all you guys could be like, remember the time Lenny said that? We thought he was crazy.
All right.
And then, no.
I'm gonna get one of these operators to take like a Lenny sports bet.
He needs a break for a second. He needs
a Lenny sports bet. Here it is. Will in Lenny's lifetime will a Detroit team win a championship again? Like I don't know.
How long are we talking though? Because that's
gonna be like
the question.
It's like 35, 40 more years. I don't know. Like it's in a bad state. Like though I would say
I think the Red Wings. I think the Red Wings are the next team to win a title in Detroit.
I don't know. The Pistons have like young talent. At least you could say like, man, if these guys are as good as what we think, maybe they can develop into that. It's like, I guess in hockey, it's not just about one player too. That's a positive. It's like, you could put, but it's like, the positive for Detroit and Lenny is Aaron Rodgers like 50 years old. So he's going to retire someday.
You would think, but we thought the same thing about Tom Brady.
Bring him back in? Yeah.
All right. You're out of your time.
5 years. 5 years.
5 years?
Within 5 years, the city of Detroit will raise some kind of championship banner.
And the Little League World Series doesn't count.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I gotta rethink everything.
Do they have an MLS team? Is that what you're talking about? Is it like what's the arena football team or something? Is there something we don't know about?
And the BC Lions don't count as the Lions.
Is it the Michigan Panthers of the American?
No, Birmingham Stallions all the way, and I called it from the preseason.
You did.
I called the Birmingham Stallions 8-1.
I don't understand how I didn't.
There was only 10 teams, right?
Yes,
and they all played
Birmingham at 8-1.
Alabama. They all played in one stadium. Yeah.
I picked Birmingham because A, they were playing every single game in Alabama, and B, they were the lowest odds team to win, plus 800. Like they were the furthest thing from a favorite.
I took $20 on the Michigan Panthers. That didn't work out for me.
No, it did not.
The Red Wings are building very nicely.
I'm gonna be like, what they call? What's that guy, Vegas Dave, where he bets all the
his handbags.
He takes like all his all these big underdogs, and then he only shows the ticket, the one that wins. It's like, dude, you bet everybody from 10-1 to 50-1. Of course, you're gonna win one of them. But you don't win enough to pay for your losses.
No, not even a little bit.
I'll take my team versus all your teams. I'll take the Bengals.
I'll tell you what.
Everybody else.
Craig Shep, I will bet you dinner right now that the city of Detroit raises something before city of Cincinnati.
No, because the Bengals are more in a win now.
I don't care. Yeah, I know what I'm getting into.
I'm not
afraid of the Bengals.
Well, first of all, it's a little unfair. We don't have hockey, nor do we have an NBA team. So it's like
I'll give you the Columbus Blue Jackets. I'll give you Columbus.
Wow.
And Cleveland. Give them Cleveland, too.
I'll give you Cleveland, too.
I hate Cleveland.
Whatever. I'll give you the state of Ohio.
The state of Ohio.
You gave me the Indiana Pacers, too. It's like, dude.
Shoot, you know what? I'll take North Carolina. Any team, collegiate or the Hurricanes, to win anything before Detroit and Cincinnati.
Well,
MLB,
the
can we have
Bearcats,
some trades
the
so we can
Bearcats-
have something else to
hold on.
talk?
the
Cincinnati
Bengals were
Bearcats
in
are
the
good.
Super Bowl, and the Bearcats were in the Final Four. So we were within 2 games of college football and 1 game.
College-
of Super Bowl.
college
we
is
were
where I
up.
would
The
lose that.
Bearcats are not going back though.
College is
For what?
where I would
Football?
lose that bet because of Ohio State and the Cincinnati
loaded
Bearcats,
again.
stuff like that. Because
They
They're
will
gonna be in
not
the
make
Big
the
12.
Final Four this year. I was high on them last year. They will not make it this year.
Well, they lost 3 Sauce Gardner first round. To the Jets.
To the
They
Jets,
lost
baby. Let's
4
get it.
round starting quarterback. So it's like, yeah, of course they're not going to be as good as last year. But look at the recruiting rankings. Cincinnati is up there. Like it ain't going to go anywhere in Cincinnati. They're going to be they're not going to be like undefeated again. Another trade.
Oh,
Brandon Drury
Oh.
to the Padres.
the Padres making moves. I don't know if that's
Brandon Drury now
wow.
from the Reds to the Padres.
What?
Okay then. So Padres are really fighting for that first wild card spot.
What's the difference though? Like home
Who
game.
is he going to replace? Who does he replace on that lineup though?
I wonder if there's another trade coming that because it just some of these don't make sense until you see it.
Yeah, that's still a little bit off to me. I'm not entirely sure. Interesting. Brandon Drury to the Padres.
Kind of
What
funny.
would-
The Yankees and the Dodgers, the 2 favorites, have been pretty quiet.
So have the Mets.
So the Montes and Gallo.
The Mets made sense. Like, what are you getting for the Mets that's going to be better? You're not putting a guy in the starting rotation.
A
Unless you got
catcher.
bullpen help,
So
maybe.
So the Padres
Like,
going
you
to
can
move
always
Manny
use
Machado?
No.
No,
No.
Well, I mean,
he's
What's-
almost untradeable with this contract.
what's Drury going to do? Doesn't he play third?
He will move him to second. DH.
I don't-
I mean,
Real
the
quick,
guy-
I don't know what
They
RotoWire
got
is
rid of Luke
smoking.
Voigt, so you move Machado to DH. I mean Machado, or you move Drury to DH. You got rid of Luke Voigt, or you put Drury at first base. Could he play first base?
Josh Bell. is playing.
Josh Bell's there now.
Josh Bell at the first base.
Yeah. So
How is
I
this
mean,
team going to put this?
What does Drury do again? Where does he play? Craig, what
Outfielder,
position?
right?
No,
Well, I
third
think he can
baseman.
play both. He can play third or
He's a
outfielder.
third baseman. He's a third baseman.
So-
I think he can also play outfield.
Yeah. So maybe you gain a little depth.
Yeah, it's a depth
piece,
if anything.
I mean, he's not like he's a
DH.
superstar. He's not better than Machado.
Could have been an all-star.
Wow.
I was looking through
He could have been the
RotoWire
Reds
to
all-star.
see
That's what
for the
I'm
starting
saying.
lineups and stuff, and apparently the RotoWire thinks that Soto and Josh Bell will be in the starting lineup for the Padres tonight.
On the doubleheader? They're playing doubleheader against Colorado, right?
They play at 10 o'clock tonight, so I guess it could happen.
Don't they have
Maybe
to go
maybe
through,
you move.
through
They have to go
like,
some kind of
Here's
waivers.
the simple solution: is you put Drury at third base or at shortstop, and you replace Kim.
I don't know.
I
To me,
mean,
like I said, like I keep thinking
they do have
Padres,
the-
every time I
Make
make a
moves at this
move,
point.
they just aren't like they're not moves to win this year just per se. I think a lot of these moves are like, hey, the Padres are getting better. They're closing the gap when it comes to the Dodgers, let's just say in their division, because they're getting better for long term, and these guys are probably going to be around. They're young pieces. They're adding some of them, but like they're still going to have to go out and get an ace pitcher if you want to compete with the Dodgers year in, year out.
Yeah,
And that's hard to get. Like that's like, it's not like there's one on every street corner.
plus they've traded all their prospects away, and that's Soto
Yeah.
trade. Like, what else are you going to trade at this point?
Yeah, and I don't know, like there's not like a pitcher coming out like the year when Scherzer went to the Dodgers. You knew he was going to be available in the offseason to just go pay him a lot of money. It was like
Right.
the Mets move. I mean, what's the owner of the Mets? Steve Cohen.
Steve Cohen.
Oh yeah, he'll just throw money at all their problems.
Yeah, well, it's worked.
He's gonna pay. He's gonna be paying.
So far, so good.
DeGrom $250 million this offseason.
He does it's the Cohen tax is what they call it. This because the guy's so rich. It's kind of like the Warriors owners now. They're so rich that a big deal. I got to pay a big tax to keep my team together. I don't care. What? Yeah. I'm just going to give less. I won't give an extra $1 billion to my kids. Oh, big deal. They're still getting $1 billion.
Did you see where Tiger Woods turned down almost $1 billion for the almost for the
LIV. He doesn't need that money. He doesn't need
That's
that
what
money.
I said. I go, hey, are you kidding me? He makes up Nike. Hey, everybody could use $1 billion. Nobody.
He's worth like over $1 billion, like 1.2 billion or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you added that money, he would have been worth $2 billion. You're telling me that doesn't matter? I mean, there's a difference between $1 billion and $2 billion. Like a lot of differences.
About $100 million.
Like my daughter
at
one point said, "Daddy, you're rich," and I said, "No, I'm not rich." I said, "A billionaire is rich. Go do the math. Go put how many zeros. How many times $1 million goes into a billion?"
Right.
It's a significant amount of money more. I'm like,
yeah, it is.
But I think Tiger, I think didn't want to lose his sponsors, and that's like some of these other guys that sponsorship wasn't such a big deal.
Nike. I mean, him and Michael Jordan damn near own Nike. I mean, between the two of them, I mean, he got so much money from Nike just to start his whole thing. He didn't want to.
Plus, he's still chasing the majors. Like he still, I think, has at least grandeur of like, hey, I can get that majors record. I think it's out of the question. He's not getting it now with the injury he had. But in his mind, I still think he probably thinks, man, if I could get healthy for a couple of years, maybe I could make a push and win a few majors and at least close the gap. I don't think it's going to happen, but I mean, that's got to be because that's a difference maker. Now it's not about the money; it's about you're going to be considered the greatest golfer of all time. I don't know if that's the case anymore.
Yeah,
$1 million doesn't get you a lifetime there, Nathan. Just saying.
No.
By the way, with that Padres trade. Oh, hi, Dad. How you doing?
I blow that
Padres
$1 million
trade. The Brandon Drury went to the from the Reds to the Padres. The Padres gave up Victor Ascoska, which is their 11th prospect.
Damn, I'm telling you, man, my Reds, we're gonna have the best prospects in baseball. None of them will turn out, so we'll be all right.
No, they'll all be duds. But yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, I mean the one trade, I forget which trade. I think it was Castillo's trade. They got 2 shortstops.
Oh yeah, there was one place.
You can always move one.
Right.
Move one to second base, third base, whatever.
He was top 5.
I was just gonna say it's a very universal spot.
It was just like usually I'm not trying to get too in the same from the same team.
Yeah, there was one Twitter post for it. One guy goes, the Cincinnati Reds received 3 of the Mariners' top 5 prospects for Castillo, 3 of the top 14 prospects from the Twins, and then now they just got another prospect from the Padres. So they've got a bunch of stuff. Oh boy.
We do have another guest here.
Good morning, Terry.
Trade deadline. What's up, Mr. Edelman? How are you doing?
How's it going, guys?
Holy.
Not too bad.
Oh.
We're just watching the news and seeing what players go where. So
no Rodon to the Blue Jays
What's
yet?
Your thoughts?
Thoughts on what?
What's your thoughts on what trades you thoughts on?
The Molly to the Twins trade is not a good trade for the Twins.
Really?
And my thoughts. But he does really bad in Cincinnati. Obviously, he won't be in Cincinnati anymore, so we'll have to see if that helps him. But the Lopez trade was really good for the Twins.
I saw that one. You get a good bullpen piece. That's always nice.
That's what Minnesota needed.
And then I'll bring him up because it's your Blue Jays, and you'll like to hear this. I think the Blue Jays move for Bass and for Pop is going to be one of the best moves over this trade deadline. That nobody's going to know about because they're 2 bullpen pieces from Miami, and I think it's a really, really good pickup for them.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. There's one more trade I want to hear, and that's Rodon to the Blue Jays. I think if they can somehow get their hands on Rodon, World Series, here we come. For the
I don't know.
God. Oh my God! I got put in a timeout for talking about my Tigers, and I'm not that.
Whoa! Okay, you can't compare the Tigers and the Blue Jays.
I just did.
Come on now.
I'll throw that out to you too. The Detroit
ladies, you're both beautiful.
You're lying. Whatever.
Oh,
Red Wings win. Listen, the city of Detroit raises.
Are we really going back to this conversation?
Yes. Well, now I was going to add Toronto in there.
They've won at least. They won like.
They
You not
won with the
remember Kawhi
Raptors.
Leonard? Yeah, you don't remember Kawhi Leonard just a few years ago?
But you can't trust the Maple Leafs to even make it out of the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So.
No, one of the years they're going to make it out and win it all because it's like, oh, finally we.
Well, if they make it out, they probably will win it all. They just can't get out of round one.
Correct.
Yeah, I actually saw an interesting post with that with the Toronto Maple Leafs. There is only one current active player in the NHL that can say he played against the Maple Leafs past the first round. There is one active player, and he's most likely retiring this offseason. Zdeno Chara.
Oh,
with the Bruins.
Wow.
That's it. There you go.
He's the only active player that can say he played the Maple Leafs. In the
it would be
second round.
like if the Yankees don't win a playoff series for like 20 years. Like it would be. I mean,
they would be an absolute meme, like the Leafs are.
I mean, I guess the Cowboys have done it. So like the Cowboys.
The Cowboys have won a playoff game though.
They've won one game in 25 years, right, or something.
When was the last time? Have you guys been alive since the Cowboys won a Super Bowl? No. Oh my!
I've seen the Giants win. I've seen the Giants win too.
We're old, Craig.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my football team won it in '69 and hasn't been back since. So I'm not going to talk about that. I will say
that's
Mark
basically the
Sanchez
Leafs
has more wins than Kirk Cousins, though.
Playoff wins. Lions have won.
You know,
the Lions have never won a Super Bowl. They won a football championship in 1957, whatever the hell that is.
You know, the sneaky trade is Quintana. Quintana the Cardinal.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about
I like that.
Like that was sneaky. Like it, you know, I'm not saying he's like the Quintana of
I see what you did,
the White Sox. White Sox,
right.
You know, like, but it's like if he can continue and he'll get more run support, like that's. And guess what? He's going to get to play against the Pirates several games. That always going to help.
That's always
Could that help them win the division?
No.
I
don't think.
I still think the Brewers are better, but at the same time, I don't think either of those teams are going deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, not about the playoffs, but the division is still. I think trading Hader was a mistake.
No, I don't think it was. And the only thing is because now they got a little bit of players and prospects and stuff. Because you got to think, if you're the Brewers, you got to look at it and be like, all right, we're probably the fifth best team in the NL behind the Mets, Dodgers, Braves, and Padres. I think they look at it and go, there's a real chance that either they miss the playoffs because they don't win the division, or they lose to the 6th seed wild card team in the NL. And they got to look and be like, all right, do we really think we're going to do anything during the playoffs? Yep. No? Well, let's trade Hader, get a couple prospects, and then over the offseason, we'll throw some money at other players, and we'll go from there and try it again next year. I think they're selling, but they're competitively selling, if that makes sense.
Yes.
They're still keeping somewhat of their core together, but they're trying to prepare for the future.
Like if the Brewers have good starting pitching, so they're, like we've seen teams ride good starting pitching, not saying all the way to the World Series, and we've seen that, but
we've
like
seen it done before.
If you said the Brewers had went to the NL final,
NLCS, yeah,
I wouldn't be like, because I'm like they at least match up starting pitching. That's the problem with the Padres. I don't see there's nothing that I see that matches up with the Dodgers, the Braves, or the Mets, and to have to beat two of them to get to the most likely, I just think it's going to be really hard.
This one's not a huge trade. Underdog Sports just tweeted this one out here. The Mariners acquired Kurt Casale from the Giants in exchange for Michael Streifler. Not a huge one, shocked. But it's something. It's something.
Like the Mariners are like the Yankees are like, please don't make us go to Seattle. Like please don't make us go to Seattle.
That's Seattle. I was probably one of the highest people on Seattle to come into the season. Win total, division, pennant, World Series, all of that. I'm like, this team is a legit contender. I feel like with what they did last year, they got better over the offseason. Yeah. I feel like they could definitely have a big shot this year. And then they started off flat and made me look like an absolute idiot. And then now they've put together a nice little run and they're right back in it. They're in a wild card spot, which if the playoffs were to start today, the Seattle Mariners would get 3 games in Minnesota, which I realistically think they could win.
Yes.
Little score update, because there is a baseball game going on right now. Game 1 of the doubleheader between Colorado and San Diego, the team that's made all the trades today. Randall Grichuk just hit a 2-run home run, and the Rockies currently lead the Padres 2-0.
What happens when the Padres don't make the wild card this year?
Then they're going to blow everything up.
They got better. But they got better for, like, they're better now for next year than they were before the trade deadline. I mean, they got the youngest prospect, and they're going to, I'm guessing, lock him up to 10 to 15 years. So it's like, it's not like they traded all these guys for a guy that's on, like they're going to lose on the offseason, and he's 37 years old. It's like, like San Diego's got to be thinking, listen, we might not win this year, but we're going to get better than the Dodgers. You look at all the talent they have.
No. San Diego looks at this year and goes, we just got a crap ton of players. We got bats now. No, they're going for it. The problem with San Diego is that they've already digged themselves a deep hole. Yeah. They're 12 games back of the Dodgers. So in theory, they don't catch the Dodgers for the playoff for the division. No, so they're going to have to face, say if they get either the first or second wild card, because that's where I think they're going to be, and then the Braves will have either the first or second wherever the San Diego Padres don't end up. You get a 3-game series between those two teams, them beat the crap out of each other. Oh, and then if the Padres happen to win that series versus the Braves, which can go either way, now they get the Dodgers. No. And then they get to beat each other up for 4 to 7 games. Sitting here,
and then they got to beat the Mets.
If I'm as a Mets fan, I would much rather see the Mets have the 2 seed than the 3 seed. 2 seed than the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but sometimes be careful what you ask for, because it's like
correct, because then that could end up biting me in the butt. I don't know. I would rather face the.
Would you rather play
face the winner of the Brewers and say Philly, or
I'd rather play Philly because the Mets own the Phillies.
Either way,
you want to play the Mets. You want to be at home versus the Dodgers or on the road versus the Dodgers?
If the Dodgers make it.
I'm just saying that's why you want the number 1 seed. It's like, hey, we want to play the home. And who won the All-Star game? Oh, yeah, they're going to play the Yankees at home, too.
Oh, no. All-Star game means nothing.
Yeah, it's meant nothing for like 5 years now.
You sure?
Yep. Means nothing.
It goes on the record.
Either way, yes, the Yankees would have home field throughout the entire World Series.
Because they have what?
Unless
4 more wins.
Unless the Astros pass them.
70 wins. Yeah.
Unless the Astros or the Dodgers pass them, which could happen.
I mean the
All-Star game doesn't.
Sorry, the
All-Star game means
Dodgers have already passed the Yankees. In terms of win percentage, the Dodgers are currently the best team in baseball.
True.
676 compared to 673. They're tied, but the Dodgers have the better win percentage at the moment. And then you got the Astros, who are 3 games back of those two, and the Mets, who are 4 games back of those two.
Isaacs, don't do that. Not when you could have gone plus 170 pregame with the Rockies. If anything, the only spot to live bet is the Padres right now.
Absolutely.
Because there's no value betting the Rockies live right now.
Correct.
At all. That's just my input.
I'm pretty sure I'm right on this.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure I'm right on. I did, and it said this is one of those like obscure websites. So I don't know.
The All-Star game means nothing anymore.
On MLB.com, home field hierarchy for the only one that was 2020 because it was a neutral site game. I don't know. I can't read it.
The All-Star games means nothing. And I think it's meant nothing since like 2018, 2017 area.
I swear when I was watching the game this year that they're like, hey, this means something.
No.
And I know it did in years past because
it did in years past where it dictated which league gets the home field advantage.
The year when they had to call the remember when they had the tie. After that, they were like, we got to do something so that these teams try to win.
Why would they not?
The All-Star game in Milwaukee.
But anyway, to me, the Padres are in a perfect spot. If they don't make it this year, they still need an ace. I don't know how they're going to get an ace, and they did use up a lot of their chips in prospects. Yeah, so that is one of the I don't know how you get an ace because none of those guys they have, in my opinion, are like ace. The Mets have 3 aces basically.
Yeah.
I wanted to give it up Mackenzie Gore. I know they got Soto, so obviously.
No, I'll give up Mackenzie Gore every single day of the week and twice on Sunday. That's not even a conversation. No,
I'm not saying
trade the prospects for somebody who's a generational talent. No, I would give up everything in my system for Soto.
I didn't say that they shouldn't have traded Gore. What I'm saying is they did trade a very good prospect. So I'm just saying I would not have traded him. I would have tried to trade somebody else instead of him.
Well, I'm sure they
wouldn't have gotten him.
I would love to see him pitch for ECU because he was someone.
They wouldn't have gotten him then. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just saying,
I got a trade update.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Oh.
The Mariners are acquiring catcher Kirk.
Yeah, we
I
mentioned
already
that
said it. I already beat you to it. I literally said that like 5 minutes ago.
Refresh.
I have push notifications on for Underdog MLB, so I will literally get every single trade alert.
I'm checking out Ken
MLB MLB did it 7 minutes ago, but
I
just saw Ken Rosenthal post it, and Bob Nightingale posted.
Underdog is so quick with this.
They are. They're very fast.
Well,
we got about an hour and 12 minutes left of this trade deadline.
And we still got plenty of players that have yet to get dealt. Like Contreras is still in Chicago. Christian Walker is still in Arizona. Syndergaard's still with LA. Like there's some big names.
Contreras is getting traded. I just don't think
he's got to.
Is getting traded.
They did a whole thing, the whole emotional. At the end of his last game, no, he's not coming back to Wrigley.
Yeah, I mean, it would unless just nobody.
Where does he go then? Where does he go?
Mets. They need a catcher.
They can't have everybody.
They've got nobody other than Tyler Naquin, Darren Ruff, and Daniel Vogelbach is big sexy 2.0.
Well, to be fair, the Mets have been talking to the Cubs for Contreras for about the last 3 weeks, and same with the Mets talking to the Red Sox for JD Martinez. So, in fairness, Contreras has been leaked with Mets for a while.
He's also he's been linked to them. I believe Cleveland and Tampa Bay were the 3 teams in on.
What is he? He's 30 years old, 31, 30. He's like young.
He's
30s.
one of the best catchers in the National League, if not in baseball.
He reminds me of Pudge Rodriguez back in the day.
I like that.
Pudge was unbelievable.
Ice, I'm only mentioning the things that are actually been mentioned in news stuff. Because the Mets have been there was also the Mets talking with Vasquez was still on the Red Sox too. So, which I am very confused with the Red Sox right now. I have no clue what they're doing.
Sellers.
Are they sellers or are they buyers? Because they've acquired Tommy Pham and
Eric
Hosmer, and then they traded Vasquez, and they're looking to trade. This Boston team is very confusing to me.
I feel like
they're trying to win though.
Moves.
I think they're just trying to improve their overall team. They're like, hey, we're not winning it this year, but let's be competitive.
They're not doing anything this year.
Let's be competitive.
Future boss man.
I would say that if you the Red Sox, they're in no win. Everybody in their division's good.
Yes.
I mean, they're the worst team.
100%.
They're a very good division. I mean, but what are they only?
That's the problem. I mean, they're a 500 ball club right now, 52-52.
I mean, unless they expect teams like Tampa Bay and Toronto to fall off, but I could see that with Tampa, not as much with Toronto.
No, not that much.
Although Tampa has better pitching.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
definitely. But the lineup that Toronto trots out there, I think I would take over Tampa Bay any day of the week. And the pitching, I would definitely take with Tampa Bay.
I mean, Canahan is
which those two teams play tonight. Those two teams play tonight. It's Gosman and Rasmussen.
which I like the over in that one tonight.
Gosman strikeouts is the way.
I've made one baseball bet so far for today, and it's at the 640 game with Miami and Cincinnati. I took the first 5 under 4 at -125. That is the only move I've made. I'm going to get involved with the Nationals as well at +2. Oh, wow. It's +280 on my book now, +240 for the first 5. The Mets are not only the first -300 road favorite this year, they're -360 on the road.
But it's DeGrom, first game back. I mean, it's
minus
-360 for DeGrom to throw 4 innings tonight.
What was it? Sales?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Sales first game back, he didn't win. Who else was it this year? That's first game back.
Scherzer didn't win his first start back.
Right, he was unbelievable. Both of them were very good. They didn't win,
but they lost as pretty decent sized favorites.
Yep, it's like because first game back, he's probably not going over 65.
Correct.
Ish pitches.
Yeah.
So 4.
Do I lock that in now?
4 innings.
It's like
here, real quick, because I missed your question earlier. Do I think the Sun cover? I'm not betting -10. I took the under 167. So there you go. Sorry, WNBA. Anyways, that's the only thing I bet today is WNBA. To be completely honest,
I like that game in a teaser. I do think they win in that 7, 8, 9 range. So if they got a 4-point teaser, you get them at 6. I think they're pretty safe play. That's what I bet on that.
Yeah, I just don't think Phoenix scores all that much tonight. I think that Connecticut's defense is solid enough. Yep. That one goes under. I also like the Liberty, the Mystics, and the Wings tonight, but that's just me.
That's fair.
What? Turnsy. Wow. I see how it is. I see how it is now.
What happened? Tim was always your favorite, Turnsy.
I remember that, Turnsy. I remember that next time I'm down in Detroit, I'm going to skip across the border to Windsor, smack you around a little bit. And not in the way you hope.
Well, there's a trade.
Yep.
Whoa.
Oh, hold on. Let's see what it is.
Refresh
Matt
money.
Boyd is being sent to the Mariners.
Matt Boyd?
Man.
Groundbreaking trade.
Didn't he used to pitch for the Tigers?
Is that's
Matthew Boyd? That's a different guy.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Matt Boyd? I'm sorry. Where does he come? Where does he pitch? I'm honestly confused. I have no clue who
former
he is.
Tigers pitcher.
Who he was being traded from.
Former Tigers pitcher.
Matthew Boyd to the Mariners.
Oh, it's Matthew Boyd. Okay.
He's been hurt all year. That's the problem.
He was a bum when he wasn't hurt.
He was actually not bad. Did the Jays? They bolstered their bullpen with Bass and with Pop. Really good move. I like that move from them. So yes, they made moves. I think they got better. 100%.
To answer your question earlier about Vasquez, Tim, apparently he said the door is open for him to return to Boston in free agency this winter. So he may only be gone for
literally a rental.
Months.
That's all he is. That's fair.
That's what I figured he would be.
Those are the best. You trade away a player, get prospects, and then they come back to the same city. That's
just for them to not be there for the rest of the year. That's fine.
Yeah, we don't need you anyway. We're not doing anything this year.
It's interesting to see if any of these really matter though, because the teams that have been the best have been the quietest through this.
Correct.
Yeah. We haven't
Which
heard
usually
other than
the last 5 years, the best teams have been super active in the trade deadline. I guess maybe they feel like they have less holes this year than years past. Plus, there's not like a Scherzer available as a rental this year.
Correct.
I mean, there's only been Juan Soto.
The big thing is no teams right now want to go and trade to the Mets, the Yankees, the Dodgers. Nobody wants to trade to those teams right now. They already have everything.
Well, the Reds and those teams, the bad teams will trade to anybody. Whoever gets in the best.
Yeah, the bad teams will trade to anybody, but there's a lot of teams that go, we don't need to trade to you.
But like I said, none of these guys were like
Soto if the Nationals weren't in the NL East.
Castillo, I think, is a guy that has the stuff. They could be a second or third starter on most teams. Maybe not the Mets and the Dodgers and the Yankees, but most other teams. So I thought that one was a pretty big move. I think Seattle's going to be tough. No one's going to want to face Seattle. First of all, if you're in the East Coast and you have to go to Seattle,
I like Seattle. I do.
Not fun.
But I've been high on Seattle for a while, so
There's some NFL news. Nick, that's a Broncos jersey, right?
Oh yeah, we mentioned this earlier. Tim Patrick was carted off the field.
Oh, okay. I just saw it a minute ago, so that's what I was like.
Yeah, I realized I have a very limited jersey collection because I packed a bag and I'm in Raleigh right now. I'm not in Greenville.
Oh, hold on. We got a big one. The Guardians acquire pitcher Ian Hamilton from the Tigers for catcher Sandy Leone.
A minor league trade. That's why I didn't announce it.
Yeah.
No, I know.
That's not for me.
Lenny, congrats, Lenny. Your team made the.
First of all,
deadline.
it was from the Twins. Not
No
the
wonder Underdog didn't report this at all.
Whatever.
Yeah, it was off of Ken Rosenthal's thing. Or he retweeted somebody's tweet.
I still can't believe Lenny bet the over on his team and actually thought it was going to win.
Every time.
Now, at least the Lions. I can see you playing the Lions.
I played the Lions.
I like the
Over
Lions
6.5,
under 6.5
yeah.
this year. Under
I like
6.5 the Lions this year. Everybody loves the over.
Yeah,
Would you like it under?
for a lot of reasons.
I'll
Because
lean under.
I will rip through this NFL Lions schedule right now and tell you why they're going to.
No, we're not doing that again. This is a baseball show. This is a baseball show.
Lenny's in timeout again. No Detroit talk.
Good job, Terry. You brought up the Broncos and that brought up the Lions. Good job.
So some baseball news. Apparently,
torn ACL, they said, Tim Patrick.
Oof.
Wow.
Behave, Lenny.
Jorge Lopez is in the active lineup for the Twins. So apparently, players can play the same day they were traded.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Juan Soto's in the projected
RotoWire
lineup.
That Juan Soto and Josh
Bell
Bell
are in the
to play
projected lineup.
second game.
I thought you had to clear, like get medically cleared. I mean, what are they doing?
They probably
on
do.
the plane? On the plane, they're like, rubbing their balls and throw them out there, or what?
Dude, the Padres are going to crush the Rockies.
I'm pretty sure Soto probably got a medical thing about 3 days ago and figured. And he's just
Juan
good to go.
Soto's
Broncos are going to miss the playoffs
for a week.
Yeah, that's Broncos are going to miss the playoffs here.
So Soto might play in game 2.
Soto
He
might
might,
play game
yeah.
2. And Bell.
Yeah.
Give me the Colorado Rockies money line.
Not if the Rockies win game 1 here. They're up 2-0 right now.
Well,
But I can definitely see it because if you look at that second game, I don't look at game 2s. It is Jose Urania and Reese Kinnear. Over 8.5 sounds pretty appealing to me.
That's fair.
As Transy says in the chat, if any American players get traded to the Jays, they probably won't be able to play because of COVID rules.
Yeah, the Canadian government's got a whole
unless
protocol.
unless
they're vaccinated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's most it's like 90. It was like 92% of the MLB's vaccinated.
Except for the
So
flat
it's-
earthers.
Yeah. Kyrie Irving doesn't play, so we're safe.
But the Earth is flat, anyways.
Yeah, Kyrie.
No.
No, the Earth is a donut. Get it right.
I would say if Contreras
talk about
goes
the
to
Earth
the
thing.
Mets, does that make the Mets almost even to the Dodgers?
Yes.
I think the Mets are even to the Dodgers, anyways.
No, I mean,
But that's just
I'm
me.
not talking about where we bet them. I'm talking about the odds. Will the odds move?
It should. It should.
Because
in
that
theory.
is definitely a weakness for the Mets. Would be catching.
The Mets are only 4 games behind the Dodgers. It's not like they're far behind.
Right. Well, I'm just saying when you say what are the weaknesses of these two teams, the Mets' weakness would be
It's
one
the-
of them.
Catcher,
Catcher
it's
DH.
catcher, and they need a right-handed bat that can hit left-handed pitching, which Darren Roth kind of checks that box. Now, are they going to put him in at DH? I don't know, but they needed
I mean,
a
they would move
right-handed
them
bat
close.
that can
I
hit
would
left.
say, I would say it would make the Dodgers. I would move the Dodgers to minus 190, and then the Mets at plus 210, and I would feel that's pretty fair. Because the Dodgers right now would have home field, so the Mets are going to have to win on the road. So that's why I would put them small. But I would be like a coin flip if it was a neutral site, I think.
He's saying his play of the day tonight is on the Jays money line. I kind of lean towards the home doggy in that one there with the Rays. I have him not bet it though, but that line has moved weird because I've seen a decent amount of tickets and cash come in on the Blue Jays, but yet this line has dropped moved 5-10 cents towards the Rays. So
run line or nothing. The money line's at 130. So run line or nothing for me.
I'm looking at the Rays.
But Gossman hasn't been great lately. This last,
But no,
Gausman
I'm not betting.
did
I'm not
okay.
betting.
They don't
into
give
that.
Gausman that much support, though. I've noticed.
Gausman
Gausman
had a very bad game his last game out, but was pitching.
he was
pretty
26
well
runs
previous to that.
against the Red Sox. Remember, he got 26 runs of run support.
Yeah.
So if you average, he's had a lot of run support this year.
Yeah, take out that one fluke game, and all of a sudden, no,
It
he's not.
doesn't look as good.
He was doing really good
I'm
against Tampa
leaning
Bay
Rays.
before he got injured.
I'm leaning Rays in that game. I don't know if I'll pull the trigger on it or
That's
not.
a tough one.
You know, and their bullpens have been about the same. Bullpen Sierras between those two are within 0.03 with the last 30 days. So both bullpens have actually been pretty good, 3.5 and 3.53 bullpen Sierra. So I lean Rays. I don't know if I'd probably leave first 5 with them because I can see Toronto coming back late.
I like the over.
I leave Tampa in the first 5. I'll probably pull the trigger on some plays. I'm looking at a couple. I've only bet the Reds Marlins first 5 under, but there's a couple that I'm looking at. I'm going to be on the Nationals. I was looking at potentially the over in Chicago and Kansas City, potentially towards the where was it? Maybe a shot with the Phillies tonight at a nice big plus dog price.
Not with
on a Tuesday.
Although I love my dogs,
Not on a Tuesday.
not
it's
Tuesday. Not Phillies on a Tuesday, especially
No,
if Nick
never mind.
Nelson.
2-8 in their last 10 Tuesday games and 8-22 in their last. 30.
Yeah, just ask Allie. Yep, fade
Yep.
the.
She has like the last 2 years worth of Tuesday Philly stats.
Don't
Yeah.
Not
Maybe
exaggerating.
maybe going and taking a shot on either the first 5 under with Baltimore, Texas, or Texas in that game is kind of where I was looking.
How about the A's? Irvin's been pretty freaking good.
I was gonna say I kind of like the A's
I could
tonight.
see
the
Oakland in
Angels-
that game.
The Angels
the lines-
have
I'm-
thrown.
the
I'm on the
lines are
Nerfy in that game.
But
I'm on the Nerfy
I
in
would,
that game.
in order to bet the A's game, I need to wait another 57 minutes to make sure Syndergaard doesn't get traded.
Yeah, I'm
List
winning
action.
before.
List action now. Take Colt. Oh wait, no, I can't for the first 5 innings. Because they make you list pitchers. Even money with the Athletics first 5, I can definitely see that as a decent move.
Sure.
I'm leaning towards your Tigers, Lenny.
I was
Whoa.
leaning towards that way as well.
Can't do it.
Whoa.
Can't do it.
Detroit
Can't do
first 5 plus a half is plus
Can't do it.
114.
I would just
I
take
will-
the first 5 money line.
I just need Matt
Yeah,
Manning
but-
to.
Is this a
Although
Thursday?
Although I really want Phillies to win tonight.
Is this a Monday or a Thursday where there's only like 6 games available? That's the
No,
only way we
it's
should be
late.
betting the
Today's
Tigers.
Tuesday, and everybody
Exactly.
plays.
You can't bet the Tigers on anything but a Monday and Thursday when you don't have any options. You're like, oh,
No, I
shit,
like
this
the Tigers
game.
first 5. That's a nice plus 130. I'm gonna put and people watching on ESPN. I'll post a community post probably after the stream is over on my plays because I'm gonna get involved with a couple. I just need to see where some of these trades go.
Yeah, since, like, I'm surprised Syndergaard and Contreras both haven't been moved already. It kind of maybe makes me believe they might not get.
Well, there's still 56 minutes left, so
A lot of these
Right,
trades
but
will
the
come in
Contreras
right at
thing,
the end.
like everybody thought Contreras was going to be gone a long time ago, so it's like I'm
Sorry,
surprised.
gone yesterday.
Yeah, like it seemed like that would have been a early morning one. I'm guessing the Cubs, want better prospects. Which, hey, I'm telling
or
you,
their asking price is just way too high.
yeah. Well, like how many catchers are available at the size? Like there's not many that can improve your roster that much. So
The only catcher right now that's I'm not gonna say compatible, but I guess a little close to is Sean Murphy from the A's, and he's not even like he's not even. I'm not gonna say he's not close, but he's not really comparable right now.
But is
Like
he
that's
available?
the only 2 of them that could
Contreras
save.
makes sense. Like the Cubs are years away. By the time they get good, Contreras will be past his prime. They're making way too much money. Like, that's why it just makes so much sense. And Cohen, he doesn't care. Pay him extra $20 million. They don't care. He's got.
Well,
funny
it's not
money.
really about the money right now. It's more about the trade and the picks.
Never
Over
about the money,
offseason, it's all
Spider-Man.
about the money. Over now, it's about
It's
the
about
pick.
the Mets.
The Mets have a
It's not
chance
always
once
about
every
the
20.
money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets.
No, Nick, you have it on here. Hold on.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man.
It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. All right, baby. Let's go. Get a home run, baby. Love the Mets. Let's go, Mets.
No, Nick, you put that one on there. I thought.
See what I have to deal with on a daily basis, Craig?
Sorry. My favorite one
Listen,
is
the
this
Mets are good. Once every 20 years, the Mets are good. And, we got to deal with it. When the Mets are good, you're going to after this year, you won't have to worry about it. The Mets will be the Mets again.
There's still time. There's still time this year.
Thursday. We'll be there on the
Poor Allie. Poor Allie.
Poor Allie. Poor Allie. Poor this guy. I got odds on which one of the twins I'm going to lose first, Nick or Tim.
Which strip club? Which strip club place you taking them to first?
Well, we're going to start at the Hustler because that's where everybody should start, and then we're going to work our way down. There's a whole little community right there.
Yeah,
you don't have to go far.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I know.
I know. I don't tell you that. I know. Freaking, I was like talking to the mirror right here.
I was in until COVID. I was in Vegas 100+ days a year.
The Hustler is like my home away from home. I got a frequent flyer card and everything.
Yeah. It's because they have good food there, right?
He's like
Sundays, bro. You can watch.
I'm trying to save you here, Lenny. Disagree with it.
My wife knows. My wife knows.
Lenny. Mr. Lenny, you went the same table? Yes, sir. Yes, I went the same table.
Yeah. Where's my wallet? Here's my Hustler card out right now.
There was. It's like Vegas Vacation, Mr. Papa.
I'm guessing that's probably not too good.
The blue. No, that's for Tim. That's for Tim. The blue oyster. They don't even know. The blue oyster. That was from what was that? The Police Academy.
I'm scared to look this up now. Is it Stimio G? You know it's not serious, or that's probably a gay club or something.
When you're on the way to the airport, there's
definitely YMCA. Sign.
There's a big sign, and it's like the male stripper place. And
no, the Hustler Club. Hey, listen, on Sunday nights for football, they bring in pizza, wings, and bread, and you get $1 draft beers, $2 well drinks, and free food and football and TNA. So
I used to have a
good time Sunday nights.
A buddy that would be like, "Hey, we're going to the free buffet at the strip club," and I'm like, "Because it's great food." He goes, "It's free and there's strippers," and I was like, "Yeah, do you really want to be eating where you're like, doing that?"
So there's a place. There's a place just outside of Detroit in the suburbs called John John's, and that place I've never had a better steak sandwich. And for lunch, they had lunch specials Monday through Friday. You could, for $10, you could get a steak sandwich, fries, and a beer. And it was like from 1 to 4 or 11 to 3 or whatever. It was good times. You get some good food at the strip club. Yeah, who stops in for an afternoon delight or whatever? It's a joke.
Don't get Tim going. Tim has been sent. That will never. Okay, I'm not even going to respond to that.
Vlad,
hold on.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is not going anywhere, and if he is, it is not the Boston Red Sox.
Not this year.
Hey, the Blue Jays have a long history of trading away every great player they've ever had.
You were doing the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I made Tim wanted me to exercise my Photoshop skills
to try to scare Lenny, and it did not work because I knew this was.
Yeah. I even had it where Ken Rosenthal made the tweet.
Oh, that would have been great.
That would have been good. You got to use the Canva app thing that you have access to. I'm telling you, you can do anything in there.
Yep.
I like that app.
Tim, there's more chance of Alonso going to the Braves than there is Vladdy going to the Red Sox.
Which is none for both?
There you go.
Very little.
Can we just talk about Pete Alonso in the home run derby and how he kind of reminded me of Bobby Boucher? Like, he's kind of, I don't know how to say this politically correct, but he's special. Pete Alonso.
But no, the best is that Scherzer threw the home run derby. He threw the home run derby so the pool.
Schwarber did. Yeah.
It was bullshit.
No.
And then they cheated him when he tied, and they didn't even count it. It was bullshit.
Well, you know that either Alonso or Schwarber had to lose in the first round because there was a special saying Alonso and Schwarber to win at -110 when both of them were like -400s.
Yeah.
So, you knew one of them had to lose.
Yeah, for sure.
And you knew Albert had to do something.
Here's my prediction. That Contreras goes to the Mets, and I think Thor stays home. I don't think the Angels are going to trade him for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think so.
Like it doesn't make any sense, and it's still on the board at all the betting sites that, like a lot of times when you see it come off the board, it's like they've heard rumors and it comes off the board. It's still on the board, and he's pitching tonight. So
I don't think the Jays are going to go after him. I think Philly's asking for too much.
A good replacement for Kikuchi.
Well, I think the Angels just wanted too much in there.
What did Nick get?
Trevor Rosenthal is heading to the Brewers.
Who?
Trevor Rosenthal. I believe he's a relief pitcher.
Interesting.
Figure out where he comes from first before you announce the trade.
Listen to that.
That's all Underdog gave me.
You just got
Bam!
brother.
Tim Earle
Like your
just
brother.
said, I'm in charge.
That's right.
Fight.
All right.
I always try to get a fight on game time.
It's dinner time around here, and my girlfriend's on a cruise, so I have to go cook dinner. So
All right.
I'm out of here,
he was
boys.
on the Giants.
Have fun.
Peace. Be good.
Thanks for hopping on.
Bye.
We've got about 48 minutes left until trade deadline is over. That's probably when we're going to end up ending the stream, is at 6 o'clock, because that's when the deadline kind of ends.
For those of you that are watching, looking for game time, this is it.
This is game time decision.
This is game time decision.
Game time decision.
There is
What's
no
the squad
squad
bet?
bet. There is no. I thought we agreed there wasn't
squad
going to
bet.
be one.
I know.
No squad.
Not the
tonight.
Nationals. Okay.
Washington
I'm going to
Nationals
jump
plus
off
2.5
now, guys,
plus
as well.
1.5.
Tigers
But-
run line.
If there
Reverse
is a
run line.
Rodon to Blue Jays trade, obviously I'll be jumping back on. So don't
Okay.
worry.
All right. Yeah.
Rodon
All right.
can
So we'll see you later.
We'll see you
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. See you guys.
Take care.
Welcome to Game Time Decision, everybody. Sponsored
Oh, how
by
you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting day. I'm
It
still
really has.
waiting on a couple of things. I'm constantly refreshing my pages.
Yeah, I'm sitting here while everybody was talking, kind of like I got a page open with Ken Rosenthal. Now I'm following Underdog MLB because that's where Nick's at.
I've got 4 different Twitter pages with Ken Rosenthal, Jeff Paston, Bob Nightingale, and Underdog MLB. I do
have Bob
refreshing them every
Nightingale
minute.
too. Yeah, and then I'm watching this Rockies Padres game.
Yeah,
Pissed
I'm not-
off that I didn't bet the Rockies.
I have my WNBA bets, and that's it for tonight. It's gonna be
I've
nice
made
not
one
having
move
baseball.
in the MLB, and I'm going to be making more. I just don't know what yet.
So I was going to tread a little light here today, but I did Nerfies. I like Mariners, Yankees, Nerfy, Dodgers, Giants, Nerfy, and I like the Dodgers. The Dodgers money line was my and Nerfy was my handicap temp plays.
I did 2 WNBA plays for my handicap baton. I did
I saw that,
the Liberty.
and I almost
one.
just copied and pasted it because I did not want to bet baseball today. I did not want to.
I did not want to, so guess what? I didn't
You
bet it.
didn't. Yeah,
Nope.
no.
I'm
I
kind of
didn't.
interested. I need to see what this line is with Cleveland and Arizona. I know this is a random game, but I like the first 5 under in it with Tristan McKenzie and Zach Gallen.
So Pedro Moore's in love with the Nerfy. He was said
I'm
that
going to
earlier.
bet that. Here's my
And I
second
don't-
play of the day.
I don't
Cleveland,
hate that.
Arizona. First 5 under 4.
That's fair. I kind of like the Blue Jays Tampa Yerfy. Just throwing that out there.
All right, we got the official what was involved in that Eric Hosmer trade. So the Red Sox got Eric Hosmer, Max Ferguson, and Corey Rozier, and the Padres got Jay Groom.
Okay.
I'm confused. How did the Red Sox get Hosmer and then 2 more pieces
Because Hosmer was
they-
signed for a long contract. They probably took his contract off their hands too.
That's my idea. Is that the Red Sox ate the
And is
I
it
mean,
just me, or are you guys more interested in betting totals today than betting sides in baseball?
yes.
I'm not interested in betting anything in baseball.
I have 2 first 5 unders. I'm looking at a couple overs and a couple unders.
Mets are first round exit. Go Gays. Jays, same thing.
Jesus Christ.
Same thing.
Same thing. No, you had it right the first time. No, I'm kidding. I just thought that was funny for me. Anyways.
Is Eric Hosmer going to help the Red Sox?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I don't know.
All right.
It's a big question mark, but maybe.
Yeah, and I'm officially locking this in. I'm actually going to list action for the full game. But here we go. Washington Nationals first 5 at plus 240. Washington Nationals full game at plus 280. This is the biggest home underdog of the year.
That's crazy. I mean, I get it.
Not even the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Astros, the Braves, the Blue Jays. None of them have even been minus 300 favorites on the road. This is the first minus 300 favorite on the road this year.
Yep. And basically, I'm getting plus 280 to fade DeGrom for 3 to 4 innings.
I can only imagine what this line would have been if it was in Citi Field.
Oh, they'd be 400 favorites.
I was going to say 450.
Like the Blue Jays, and the what do you call it? Blue Jays Tigers that first game, where the Tigers won as plus 300 underdogs. Yeah. Which, by the way, Tigers first 5 was making car payments that series.
Bro,
Boston did have Vasquez, yeah.
And it's 3-0 Padres or 3-0 Rockies. My bad.
Oh, nice.
Broncos running back also suffered a
oof.
Squad bet. Tigers plus a half in the first 5.
Plus 100?
According to this,
change the banner to game time decision.
That's fair.
Now Rosenthal was on the move. Trevor Rosenthal from the Giants to the Brewers. That's what he was.
Yeah.
Is that better for you there, Lex? Game time decision now.
There you go. I don't hate the Tigers' first 5 today, but
I want to get involved with the
Tigers. I want to get behind Matt Manning. I like that kid. I want him to turn out really, really well.
Market likes the Tigers too today because
70%
of the tickets and 52% of the cash are on the Twins, but yet this line has dropped because it opened up around 195 for the Twins. Now it's 185, 180, 175 in some spots. So that line has gone down. I don't mind the first 5. I can get first 5 plus 130 here. That's something I'm going to look to lock in as well. As I say, I don't want to take too many sides.
He's just another. I know I harp on this about the Tigers' young arms, but he's another cannon. I mean, he's 6'6". He's only 24. You know, I mean, he's he got hurt early, obviously in the year. But yeah, I mean, I like it. And plus, they're going against what's his name, Archer, Chris Archer. Yeah. Is that his name? Chris Archer? It is Chris Archer.
Yeah.
He's a gas can.
Which also backing another young pitcher that has potential, in my opinion, Spencer Howard in the first 5 innings at minus 125 at the Rangers is something I'm looking at.
Like it.
He had a good start on his birthday. No.
Okay.
I like the Rangers today.
I like the way the market's moving on.
I'm not betting anything in baseball today, so
that's fair.
That's 100%. I said today. I told myself last night. Today, I'm going to enjoy the trade deadline, see where everybody goes, have fun with it, watch Jacob deGrom pitch for the first time this year, and then get back to betting it tomorrow.
It's fair. I'll probably do the same thing. Lay my fat ass on the couch and watch the Tigers and Matt Manning hopefully just throw a gem and give me back hope a little bit. And then
hopefully see DeGrom go out, pitch 4 innings, strike out 10.
Scherzer Damn it, he knocked me out of last night. Scherzer did. I had him over 7 strikeouts, and he only got 5, and I was like,
everybody was on the.
Come on, Maxie.
Everybody was on the Mets run last night, and it worked. I think that's one of the first times that a Monday show, like the biggest thing hit.
Everybody. Yep.
But it made sense because it was Patrick Corbin. So, I don't know. That's just me, though. I was on the Mets run line, too, for the contest pick. I will say I did not bet the Mets in any stretch of the imagination, but it was a contest pick.
Yeah, squad bet. We no sweat loser there with the Royals and the White Sox, man. 2-1. Would it finish 2-1, 3-1?
Yeah,
I think close to that 9.
All right. I like a no sweat loser. All right.
Yeah.
Starting off August in a fantastic way. There you go.
Right,
I would take the Padres team total tonight. The second game.
Nope, I'm not touching. I mean,
I just think if they could get Soto in there and Josh Bell, I'm playing the ratings card. Like, oh my god, like the first appearance kind of thing.
I lean Rockies.
But they're gonna the Padres are gonna lose in the first game, so I play the split.
Yeah,
I don't know if I could play the split in that one. If Soto and Bell and everybody's in that lineup, the Colorado Rockies might be a play that I actually bet tonight.
Soto hits a home run first at bat as a Padre.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I'll watch the game, but no, I don't think that happens.
Imagine what that is. It at home? Is it Padres? Oh, it's
Yep.
Padres at home. Oh my god! Oh my god! What's that ball going to be worth when he hits it? And when he hits it to the supply company in left field?
No, he won't hit it out there.
Oh, you don't know?
No, he would hit it.
go Oppo Taco.
Yeah, why not? Tim Turnsy's asking what's your WNBA.
Hold on, I'm going to type them in real quick so that it's a little bit easier. I'll just throw up the banner.
Are you typing it into
into a scroller
I clicked the scroller for my place.
Lex thinks that's a nice banner.
Yeah.
Nick is on the juice.
Now these are what I got him at. So the lines may have changed, but I'm not gonna change the stuff.
Marlins team total over. I'd love to know where you think they're gonna hit. Rays team total over. I can see that. Blue Jays money line though. Blue Jays money line, but the Rays team total over. And Nerfy. So the Rays put up runs, the Blue Jays win the game, and there's no runs in the first. Those don't correlate to me.
No, the Mariners. Oh,
Or
and the
Nerfy
money line and the Nerfy. Oh, I didn't see that.
And then the Rangers or the Mariners plus 1.5, the Dodgers money line.
Pedro
Nerfy.
Moore, you're getting real intricate.
Yeah, you're trying to thread some needles there in that Toronto game. So you think it's 0-0 at the end of the first, and
Which
the
I'm
Blue
okay
Jays
with.
win 7-4. Something like that.
Call your shot, big fella. Call your shot.
I also added a couple plays to my card here. I bet plus 130 Tigers first 5. Minus 125 Rangers first 5. Took over 8.5 with the Cardinals and the Cubbies and the Athletics first 5 money line.
Oh, okay, Pedro, I see you. He said the bullpen sucks, so he's playing basically trying to call the first 5 and then hope for the bullpens to just shit the bed.
That's fair.
All right, so real quick, we got about 35 minutes left of this trade deadline.
Yep.
Obviously, I think we could all be in agreement. The San Diego Padres won the trade deadline. And I don't think it's particularly close.
Right now.
At the moment.
Right,
the
yeah.
San
Well, they
Diego
got
Padres
the
won the trade
surprise
deadline.
piece of the deadline.
Who is the biggest loser of the deadline?
The Toronto Blue Jays, because they're the Blue Jays.
Fair point.
I got one team
fantastic
picked out.
job. I think they did a good job. Now, I would, if I'm a Blue Jays fan, I think I would really want, a starting pitcher in the next 35 minutes. But I think they did a fantastic job. What has Nick got?
The LA Dodgers have traded Jake Lamb to the Seattle Mariners.
Okay.
All right. So there's that.
I was gonna. Can I say that the loser of the trade deadline was the Los Angeles Dodgers?
For not getting anybody?
For getting Joey Gallo.
That's a fair assessment. That is a fair assessment.
Also fair. So on a serious note, I think the Boston Red Sox lost the trade deadline.
I don't know.
I don't know what to make of what they're doing.
I think I think the Red Sox were the most confusing trade deadline that I've ever seen.
Okay, I'm not the only one. I mean, I'm really confused of what they're trying to accomplish. It's obvious the Padres are in it for this year and the next foreseeable future with all these big names and big bats they're bringing in and stuff. So I like all that. You see the avenue that they're going in. You see what they're trying to accomplish. The Red Sox, I don't know what you're doing over there. And that's is that Dave Dombrowski over there? Who's the Red Sox manager? Yes, it is.
I have not a clue.
Dave Dombrowski, former.
I just think that the Boston Red Sox were the most confusing. But I would say, do we have another one actually, or
it's not a trade alert. It's an acquisition alert. Brett Phillips is a Oriole.
Oriole, he's an Oriole.
I love Brett Phillips. I love
Why?
Brett. I needed to bring that one up there. I needed to bring that one up because he's one of my favorite non-Mets. Just his personality-wise.
I love Brett Phillips. He's awesome. Hey, at least somebody got him.
Well, it's Brian O'Halloran's first year as a general manager for the Boston Celtics, and that makes sense, Brian.
It makes sense that he's not doing well if he's doing the Celtics. I mean, I would be trying to get moves for the Red Sox, but
what did I say? Did I say Celtics?
You said the Celtics. Celtics.
Brian O'Halloran sounds like he would also be the general manager of the Celtics. So it's in Boston. I got the right team.
No, he sounds like the general manager of the Shamrock Clover or the Rovers.
First of all, they're a winning organization on Tuesday, and anybody that didn't take them in the last Woody today, I'm just saying, you missed out on an easy day. I got last Woody down. I got the strategy down. You got to make it past Monday. Tuesday, you bet the Rovers. Wednesday, you got to bet some baseball. Thursday, you bet CFL. Friday, you go back to baseball, and then you're off till Monday because we don't do it on the weekend. So,
or you can go, or on Friday, you can pick the CFL game.
Yeah. Usually.
Under Turnsy. Under. I do not like the Mercury today. Bill Belichick is secretly running the calls for the Boston Red Sox.
Facts. Possible. Thor's got to go.
All right, I locked in one more play.
Does he though?
I think I'm done.
Well, I mean,
does he have to go?
The Angels, on paper, the Angels' starting rotation was Ohtani, Sandoval, Syndergaard, and Detmers. And then whoever their fifth guy is, just plug and play.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but if you could give up your third guy and get some juicy return, you need more bats than you do need arms for the Angels, in my opinion. Because
I can see that.
Mike Trout's career might be over.
I don't know if his career is over. I don't know if we could say
maybe that. Though with that now he has some rare back disease or thing.
I mean, we've seen this before, and that's kind of what took David Wright out of his career was the spinal stenosis. But that's not.
I'm just saying. I don't wish that upon him. I don't. Let me be clear about that. I don't.
He's the best player in baseball.
But I don't want him on the Tigers organization either because I don't want to pay him $1 bajillion to play 30 games a year. Maybe. But yeah, who knows? But
I'm still waiting for another move. There's got to be something.
There's got to be something coming.
There's got to be something. I can't see there be nothing for the last half an hour. Trout is not the best player in baseball. He doesn't even pitch.
I know. I just like saying that because it triggers everybody.
They need him to stop being a baby.
It's fair.
The Red Sox are building the bats and will focus on pitching in the offseason. Smart. I guess.
I don't hate it.
Tuesday, you take whoever's against the Phillies. Ooh, at Rickett picks. Phillies beat Nationals on Tuesday a few weeks ago. It's the Nationals. It doesn't count as a major league team. Let's be honest. That doesn't count.
Quiet.
It's very quiet right now.
Very
it's
quiet. I don't know how to act.
I'm waiting for another bang. Noah Syndergaard is down to 2 finalists, which is the Jays and the Phillies.
I'm talking shit to Turnsy in our Twitter chat. Just letting you all know. So when he talks shit in here, it's because I'm talking shit in there. Hold on.
Are you blinking twice?
Only for you, Turnsy. Only for you.
Hold on. Let me get the close up of that. Hold on. I know how to do that. Hold on. Turnsy.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
You're back to whatever it is. There we go. I'm gonna be a bottom. There you go. You're welcome.
Hell no, to the no.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
I still think Seattle sneakily got really good too. I think Seattle's another winner of the deadline.
I can't disagree. I can't.
I don't think they got a bat. No, they got Lamb, but that's something small. I think this is. I think, but they got Castillo. I think that's a really good piece.
Yeah, I could see that. Didn't
the Mariners get somebody else too? I feel like they got somebody else.
Seattle sold the farm.
Well, Matthew Boyd. That's who else they got. They got Matthew Boyd.
Yeah, again.
They got Kirk Casale as well.
Oh wow, they're making moves.
So they made a bunch of just depth moves. I like it. I like it.
I don't hate it because I like it because they're confident in their squad and they just want to solidify it with some depth in case anything happens. 10-day injury. Here or there. So I don't. The Mariners are I'm telling. They're going to be good.
Boston has the best pitching farm in baseball. Is that true?
They can't develop.
I believe Rickett would know.
No, Rickett would know Seattle.
No, but he follows minor league baseball probably more than any of us.
That's fair. You think it's safe to take the Braves run line? Probably. Luis Castillo, yes. Castillo was a good piece. I really like that Castillo move, 100%. We got 26 minutes.
So blockbuster moves. You think we're going to see any blockbuster moves besides like a Contreras from the Cubs or Thor from the Angels?
Contreras or Thor, I believe, are the only 2 big guys left.
We don't know. What if the Angels throws Ohtani on the market for the last half hour? No, I'm just saying.
I mean, it is the Angels, so
right. Or Boston throws because Boston, I don't even know what the hell they're doing.
All of a sudden, Rafael Devers is on the block.
Right, I was just gonna say.
We get Xander Bogaerts is all of a sudden on the block. It's like, what the hell?
I mean, they got Eric Hosmer. Sure, he's gonna step in at first. Defensively, sure, he's good, but his bat's not.
Tell me you're on crack without saying you're on crack. Isaacs went first.
Tony to the.
No Mets tonight. Can I be honest? No, you shouldn't be laying -300 or -200 on the run line for DeGrom to pitch 4 innings tonight. Please do not bet the Mets tonight. don't bet just lay off that game. If you're betting anything in that game, I'll take the over. Because I think the Mets can score against the Nationals. And after DeGrom goes out, you get probably about 5 innings worth of bullpen. I think that the Nationals can tag one or at least 2 or 3 against the bullpen.
Look, here's your parlay of the day. Mets, Dodgers, Braves, Yankees. Pay the juice on everything. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Sarcasm. Just saying. I saw somebody on, I don't know.
It's the Vegas Dave 10,000 unit whale play on the money line tonight.
I'm not gonna throw them under the bus or whatever on Facebook or whatever, but and it was like, ooh, Cash is
it's a lot. It's the horsecock lock of the century.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a 3-teamer, and it was like minus 120. And I'm like, bro, you're on a 3. He was like super reverse run line. Like it was like the Mets plus a run and a half tonight. And I'm like, I hope you lose that one for doing some stupid shit like that.
Honestly,
yeah, it will. Yeah. It'll probably hit.
But the horsecock lock of the century is going to be the Mets plus a run and a half at minus 600. Lock it in. Thank me later, and let's.
And you're welcome.
And you're welcome. Forgive me. No, I'm obviously joking. You guys should not be betting that type of line.
What if DeGrom? Okay, so let's talk Homer baseball for a second. Let's talk your Mets. Let's say DeGrom comes out, pitches a gem, pitches 4 innings, gives up no runs, 6-7 strikeouts, more, and whatever, and he just a gem. Now you got Scherzer, who's back on track and healthy, pitching gloriously, and then you got DeGrom, who's now all signs point to after tonight. Let's say he does. I mean, we're looking in the future. I mean, how do you not like the Mets as a World Series favorite?
Okay, I'm gonna need a little bit more. I'm gonna need a little bit more time and sample size for DeGrom. Tonight will be a warm up. One game will not be enough.
Okay,
one game is not enough for me. Okay, because this is the Nationals. He should go out. Is DeGrom?
They're in Washington. It's not DeGrom bobblehead night. It's in Washington.
But in theory, DeGrom should go out and pitch 4 innings, give up 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts in 4 innings, and not give up anything. No runs.
That's your best case scenario you want from him.
Now, I'm not going to judge anything off of this one because this is essentially facing another AAA team.
They're just trying to warm him up for the Braves series.
The Braves game is going to be the big dictator of is DeGrom in full form.
Right.
Only negative stuff can come from tonight's start. If he gets blown up tonight, then I'm concerned.
I think he goes 4 innings tonight and gives up a run or 2.
I don't think he gives up any.
Ooh, that's a nice play. Though, I wonder if there's a prop. Like, what's the first 5? What's the Mets' first 5?
It's all the juicy.
Yeah.
Everything's all juicy. But Mets if I go in real quick,
minus 340. Mets first 5 minus a half is minus 215. Mets first 5 minus, if you want to get anywhere close to relative, minus 115 for a minus 1.5 for the first 5 innings.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the
Nationals.
Here's the starting lineup
total.
Here's
over 1.5.
Here's the expected lineup for the Nationals tonight: Robles, Hernandez, Garcia, Cruz, Hernandez, Ruiz, Meneses, Franco, and Thomas. They're not doing anything. Like this lineup has nothing to it. Like I'm not scared of any of these batters. In theory, the Mets should win 9-2 tonight, and the 2 runs come off of maybe they threw Luis Guillorme out there to pitch in the 9th inning. Like that's the only reason I think that the Nationals should be able to score runs tonight.
Yeah, now I'm starting to feel like that kid from The Simpsons in the back of the bus betting the Nationals tonight. I'm in danger.
Danger!
I'm in danger.
Oh boy. Yep. Still quiet. We got 19 minutes left in this deadline.
Does anybody else go? And then there's going to be up until like 7 o'clock stuff will come in. Because that's just the deadline to submit the trade. Trades can
As a Yankee fan, our best trade was Gallo. We won. You guys got a double-A prospect. Yes, you won over Gallo, 100%. I agree. I think the biggest joke in the whole thing was that somebody would actually give up a prospect for Joey Gallo.
Like, fair.
I would have at that point. I would have DFA'd him, but at least you're getting somebody to eat his contract. That's fantastic.
Okay, hear me out on this play here. I'm looking at it right now, and I've never bet a line like this, but it's within reason tonight. You're gonna have to lay 145 on it. So laying 145 juice, but you can get 3.5 runs with the Nationals at minus 145. 3.5 runs.
No.
That's a handicappy tone play right there.
Say that again.
No.
Nationals plus 3.5. 3.5. So they can't lose by more than 4 runs at minus 145. I am going to lock that in. I'm going to bet that. I'm going to take the Nationals.
Somebody didn't use that as a handicap 10 bet.
I'm going to use that as a handicap tone play too. Give me the Nationals plus 3.5 at minus 145. Because
the Mets will win 7-4.
The Mets will win 4-2 tonight.
Yeah, either way. I don't think today's going to be interested in handicap 10 at all, Lex Deal. I ain't worried about it. I'm just trying to go 1-1 till the time is right. Rich strike the field.
Hey, I'm just happy that I didn't go 0-2 to start off.
That's fair. My daughter's calling me like she doesn't know I'm on a stream every day at this time.
Well, bring her on, have her say hi, see what she thinks of the trade deadline.
I will. I'm going to answer right now.
Okay.
Brianna, I'm on a show. Well, what do you think about the MLB trade deadline today? What do you think of the MLB trade deadline? We got about 20 more minutes left in the MLB trade line. Now, the Tigers going to make any moves?
Probably not. She knows.
She knows.
Thanks, Brianna. Love you. Bye.
We have our best friends in the chat. Oh,
I blocked Lenny's favorite people.
Well, you know it's that time. What do you want from me? Sex robots love me.
I'm not questioning it.
Tone now.
I'm just ready for the Mets to win 9-2.
It's minus 145, John. I just took it straight up. Oh, we got one. One. Yeah, the Minnesota Twins have acquired another bullpen piece. Detroit Tigers relief pitcher Michael Fulmer.
Thank God. What? Thank God.
I like Fulmer.
Right, bye-bye. Does he need a ride? I will pay for the Uber. Bye-bye. See ya.
Well, I guess your daughter was wrong. The Tigers were making the move.
I should call her back. Tell her, no, we made a good move. We got rid of Michael Fulmer. Yeah. No, yeah, it's bullshit. Yeah, I can't. Did you see the game? Well, you guys, I'm sure you watched all, but
no, I didn't.
Bottom of the 8th, he single, bases loaded. They're up 2-0. And I don't know why they don't take him out of it. I think they were just like, you know what? Screw you. You got to work through something. We only have 1 out, and he couldn't. Gave up. Bang, bang. F that guy, man. He's been with the organization for a while. He has moments and spurts of okayness, but he never developed anything. He'll never develop anything. Michael Fulmer, as soon as I'm done with Al Avila from the Tigers, you can come see me right there in the street. Yeah, I know you're watching too. Come see me. That's how I feel. Bye-bye, thank God.
Yankees are making a push for Pablo Lopez.
Of course they are.
Lenny
I have a feeling this is not the last plus 3.5 bet that I'm going to make this year with all these what's going to be huge underdogs.
He has huge potential for what, David Tokarski? For what? He's had huge potential for 4 years. F that guy.
F that guy.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Where's the? We need a meme to come on here that just says bye-bye, see ya, bye-bye, see you later.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
Do you remember how the Tigers acquired Michael Fulmer?
Wasn't it from the Yankees?
Nope. It was part of a 2015 trade that sent Yoenis Cespedes to the New York Mets.
Oh, I knew it had something to do with you.
Did they really just tie the game?
Yeah.
Yankees
Grisham
win tonight. That is bold. I think they're -2 or -190 favorites. Trent Grisham 2 on shot. Yeah.
No,
Fulmer was not bad. Fulmer, he was a desired relief pitcher on the market.
He's not had a good record until last year or until last night. He's been sketchy at big games in big spots. You can't tell me. I don't care what his record says. I don't care what his ERA says. I don't care about any of the stats. I don't care about none of that shit. In the great words of TikTok, I don't care about none of that shit. None of that shit.
All right, Jeff Passon's being quiet. Let's find somebody else to follow. Buster Olney. Let's go after him. They're minus 170 tonight. So
I did not bet the Yankee game today. That's a game I stayed off of. So here's the question with Mr. DeGrom tonight. What's his pitch limit? Is it 45? Is it 50?
60.
50.
Because he just came off of a couple minor league starts, and his last minor league start,
Gotta go 60.
he didn't look good. He didn't look good in his last minor league start.
No.
So you're paying -350 or whatever for 45 to 50 pitches of Jacob DeGrom.
Exactly.
Maybe 3 innings. Give me that all day long. Give me plus 240. Because, I mean, if you told me DeGrom's going 7 innings tonight, I'd be a little bit more worried. But he's only going 45, 50 pitches tonight.
Real quick, I was looking at the rough trade to the Mets. I think I would have preferred Wilmer Flores.
Really?
I think I would have preferred Wilmer Flores.
He's a right-handed batter that can hit left-handed pitching?
Yeah. I think that's...
We don't have a best bet today, John. We don't have a best bet today. I didn't put up any plays on the site for baseball because I didn't bet anything until this show. And it's a little late to put up plays on the site.
No, it's not. You put up plays whenever you want.
Yeah, I'm not putting
up. The Phillies are close with Syndergaard.
I'll tell you what. If the Phillies get Thor...
I am betting the Mets the first time they face them.
It's just a guess. It's really just a guess. Big facts is because unless we're seeing stuff from the Mets, that'll say I can look to see if we're gonna see potentially what.
Take it off. Oh, just ignore it, dude. We leave it on there, so we don't have to type it up next time.
What?
He's annoyed because after Nick Scroller at the end it says 60 likes for the thing. We're not going to delete it just for the show, so just ignore it.
But Nick's deleting it right now for the show.
Don't delete it, Nick. Did you actually delete it?
He did.
You're a POS.
Well, it's now in its own separate banner. So if you want to,
okay, there you go.
Copy paste it. That's the way to do it.
So you're just a PL. There's no S on the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For now.
I was gonna figure out what your
little case S.
Big facts on that one. Big facts on that one.
Facts. Bigger facts. Michael Fulmer. Okay. Oh, here come the Padres. Yeah, we talked about. You mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
I man, the Phillies are they're like that underdog team that I want to do well.
Braves, Brewers, and Nationals plus 3.5.
I just don't like the Nationals play. I don't like the. I'm not saying I'm going after the Mets. I don't like the Nationals play. Is that fair to say?
Raiders
on Thursday. I am waiting because this line's only moving the way I like it to. It's at 30.5 now. The total for the Hall of Fame game.
Please don't put the over.
I want the over. 17-14. Give me 17-14 in the Hall of Fame game.
You think
it hits? You think it gets down to 29?
I think it gets to 30 to 29.5 to 29.
I'll take the over 29.5, but I won't touch the other ways.
Noah Syndergaard of Philly. I heard that they're close. There is no confirmations yet.
Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Trade alerts. The LA Angels have traded Noah Syndergaard to the Philadelphia Phillies. This is confirmed. Phillies get Syndergaard, which means he's not pitching tonight.
Really?
I bet the Oakland Athletics tonight in the first 5 innings. That is going to be taken off because obviously. Yeah.
Okay. Real quick, let's see. When do the Mets get to play the Phillies? Hey, Noah, you can't dodge us again, though. You can't dodge the Mets anymore. You have to face them now.
Oh.
What?
Another trade alert. Mitch White from the Dodgers is a Blue Jay. The Blue Jays got Mitch White from the Dodgers.
Whoa! There's some news. Wow, I'm expecting Terry to come on soon. Hold on.
Oh, T-minus 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Come on, Terry. Nuh-uh. Not in the chat. Not in the chat.
So excited.
Nuh-uh. Come on. I know it's White, not Rondon. Fair enough.
Potential spam's calling me from Illinois.
Oh, no way.
I know, right?
That's a big trade. All right. Yeah, I got you. By the way, if you guys don't check out Getting Wild with Terry and Friends Monday through Friday at 4:00, and then on the weekends at either 12 or 1:00, you guys should subscribe to him. I believe his link is in our description, or if it's not, Terry, I believe you're a mod on the ESB. You can put your link in the chat. I give you permission. Go ahead.
All right, the Angels in that trade got Mickey Moniak and Jadel Sanchez.
And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Interesting trade. All right.
No, that Vladdy Jr. was included in the trade for Mitch White.
There you go. Yep. Go ahead. Check out Terry if you haven't.
The Jays trade for Mitch. I mean, does that really matter? Is that a big deal for them?
I don't know if it is.
Whoa! Big move. Jordan Montgomery is going to the Cardinals.
Why?
Monty to St. Louis.
Whoa!
What the hell?
They traded Monty to St. Louis.
You can tell me the Angels aren't selling.
Jordan Montgomery to the Cardinals.
This is all in the last 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes.
I told you they were making moves at the end.
In the last hour and a half.
Making moves at the end.
All right.
Transaction. Michael Givens. Who's Michael Givens? To the Mets. Relief pitcher. It's a relief pitcher. Givens to the Mets. Okay, we got some bullpen.
You needed both.
Really? That's
That's who they got back in the trade. The Yankees get Harrison Bader.
Oh. That's interesting.
They got a bat.
So the Cardinals take Montgomery from the Yankees. Man, I'm
confused why. I'm still confused why the Mets got
Harrison Bader.
I find it hilarious how far behind like ESPN and MLB app are behind Twitter. Because I literally just got the ESPN notification saying Syndergaard's a Philly. Status alert here. So it's not trade. Pablo Lopez will remain with the Marlins.
All right. Won't be traded. Yep, got it.
So let's take off the trade alert here for another 30 seconds before I get another notification. So it looks like
at least the Mets got some type of bullpen piece, but that's still no Contreras.
I'm wondering who's going to pitch for what do you call it tonight?
I heard Picks and Parleys traded Higgs for a player to be named later and some cash.
We were talking about that on morning where we were going to trade Allie for Higgs for between the shows just for a day to watch people lose their ever-loving mind. And then we all agreed that Higgs in no way, shape, or form has patience for Morningwood and contest bets. Because he would be like, you're not taking that. No way.
No, absolutely not. Get out of here.
No, get out of here with that.
See, I love making the jokes though with when they trade someone for absolutely nothing, or if they're looking to trade someone that's worth absolutely nothing, saying, "Oh, what are they going to get back for it? A pack of bubble gum and a Tupac CD."
I'm just saying.
I love that.
And I think the biggest thing of this whole trade deadline, obviously this is a joke, Tim. The Mets got rid of Sabuki.
Yay! They got rid of Sabuki. I'm kidding. Let's see. Gibbons this year wasn't terrible. 2.66 ERA in 40 and a third innings pitched, 51 strikeouts. So he's over a strikeout per inning, a 1.25 whip, so he allows base runners, but he's on the Cubs, so that makes sense. 2 minutes left. So this is actually...
Wow, last 15 minutes have been crazy, though.
Yeah. That's actually been interesting, 15 minutes. Well, we got a minute left, and there'll probably be stuff trickling in afterwards, but we're not going to stay that long. We've already been live for almost 3 hours, guys.
Yeah, this is completely random, but I saw this on...
2 more minutes and I'm out, too.
Yeah, this is completely random, but I saw this on Twitter and I thought it was funny. Today is National Boob Day.
Shocker.
There you go.
I mean,
they got Thor. It seems like Burns was traded. Haven't seen her all day.
She was on what are you talking about? She was on Power Hour.
Oh, that's right. But nobody watches Power Hour live.
They should.
Well, why would you watch it live when you could watch the reruns and the perfectly edited videos by Nicholas Earle?
Did you get the email I sent you, Nicholas Earle?
I'll probably check my email.
That's fine. I sent you a promo clip that I re-recorded, but I had to edit it, so I just went ahead and edited it.
Lenny, hop on the WNBA train. Here, you want a squad bet tonight? I'll make the executive decision. It's the Mystics. Mystics +3.
Boom. Done. Run it.
There you go. Hold on. There's a squad bet for you guys. I don't have it up on here because whatever. That's your squad bet for the day. I'll make it the Mystics. You're welcome. Not an official one, but I'll call it.
We'll call it official if you want. I'll do 100%.
I don't feel like typing it up. We'll be fine.
That's fair.
But
what? Where is he going? Where is he going? They said there's been a trade made, but they're not telling us where.
Well,
Whit Merrifield has been traded.
Oh.
I'll stick around for an extra minute to find out where.
Got to find out where.
He's been traded. Why?
Whit Merrifield, where?
I mean,
where's Whit Merrifield going?
Where? That's got my attention. Where?
I mean, what's he? I'm pulling up his stats right now. He's batting .240.
He's on the Royals. Give him a break.
Yeah,
Actually,
no, I know. 100%. He plays second base. I don't know if he has like a backup position. I'm sure, usually if you play second, you can play short. So you're looking for a team that needs a infielder with a potential bat.
Watch him be in pinstripes and end up taking over third base. No, watch him be in pinstripes.
For who?
Send DJ LeMahieu the third, and then send Josh Donaldson to a DH position.
Bro, you're asking a lot now.
Seeing a
We were about to leave, but Whit Merrifield has been traded by the Royals to we have no clue.
Yeah, to be
they literally
the Royals have just decided they're trading him. They don't know to who.
Anybody want him?
Yeah, right. He's going somewhere.
Oh shit! It's the Blue Jays.
Shut up.
It's the fucking Blue Jays.
All right. Well, they just got a little.
Terry's about to come in here and go crazy.
With that being said, we're gonna head on out for today.
Facts.
It's the blue. There's the splash move. It's Whit
my
Merrifield to the Blue Jays.
I don't. Mother. Damn. Interesting. The Blue Jays.
I guess he's getting vaccinated.
Facts.
All of a sudden, nah, he's not getting vaccinated. He's just going to play road games.
Yeah, he's going to be a road player.
I mean,
No,
Terry's in the garage unless you would enter the chat.
Apparently, he changed his mind. Look out for the Padres now. Tatis, Soto, Bell, got Drury from Cincy, 1,100.
Royals in that trade got Samad Taylor and Max Castillo.
Wow. There's your splash at the end. Now, there could be still some trades in the works that are going through and just haven't been announced yet, but most likely that is everything from today. That was a really fun stream. We appreciate obviously Lenny for hopping on, Craig and Terry all hopping on the stream today talking trade deadline. So that's it was definitely a fun show. Speaking of, oh boy. All right, you get your 5 minutes of fame. Go ahead.
Wow.
You get your 5 minutes of fame. Go.
I'm not quite sure what to say here.
He needs to get vaccinated. That's one thing.
Yeah, that's what I said in the chat.
He'll
obviously be vaccinated. They gave up Max Castillo.
And
some other guy I've never heard of. So interesting. Bays fans everywhere, all over Twitter, have been freaking out that they haven't been doing shit. Or I guess I shouldn't sorry, but they haven't been doing anything all day.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
People have been like
out the window. I was like, oh shit.
And I'm watching all these tweets. I'm like, relax, people. And I said this yesterday because people are like, why are the Jays trading? Ooh. It's like, relax. And here we go. Mitch White, Merrifield, 2 relievers.
I think that the Blue Jays are number 2 in terms of winners of the deadline.
I like the
Padres are still
nobody beat the Padres, but Jays are number 2 of the deadline.
I think Twins did okay too.
Twins did decent.
Yeah,
too.
And that's not coming from someone who just
You
cheered
failed.
for the Minnesota teams as well.
No, I'm telling you right now, the Twins failed because they got Michael Fulmer. That was a horrible move.
Mets. They're not the losers. They didn't need anything here.
Yeah, Mets.
They already got Naquin, they got Vogelbach, they got Dylan Ruff, and they got a reliever that they needed. And keep in mind, they're still 7-0 since they got Vogelbach. They're still 27 games over 500, and they're going to be in the playoff. And they got one of the best rotations in baseball. I'm not worried about that. But back to Whit Merrifield. Sorry, I had to address that comment.
No,
Yeah, certain teams are going to be more aggressive than other. Yeah, no, Isaac, sorry. Actually, I think it would be quite the opposite, actually.
I think the Merrifield trade is very good for the Blue Jays. On Mitch White, it's a good move, but I'm not like I don't think that was a splash for sure. The Merrifield deal, though.
Well, look, they didn't trade Rodon.
The Cubs a loser of this trade deadline because they failed to get rid of Contreras.
Yeah, the
and
Cubs
half.
for sure.
Cubs are.
No,
for
I'm gonna call the Giants the biggest losers because they traded away a bunch of pieces, but then held on to Rodon and Jock Pedersen.
There were teams interested in Rodon. Trust me.
They were asking
monumental
price.
The Braves were trying to
they asked was too
get
much.
Jock Peterson back. The Braves were.
I'm surprised the Braves didn't get Peterson. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So,
But I have to go finish dinner. But if the Jays come with another trade here in the next couple of minutes,
No,
I'll
we're
jump back
ending
on
we're ending the
for-
streak now anyway. We've been live for 3 hours.
All right.
Also, in that Mitch White trade, they also got Alex DeJesus in exchange for Nick Frasso and Moises Brito. I have no idea what I'm. Yeah,
I'm not
Prospect.
sure who they are, but Mitch White will be solid in the 5th spot.
that's fair.
yeah, he's a solid.
Like if you put
player
him
from
in instead of
Kikuchi.
Kikuchi,
Yeah, throw Kikuchi in the bullpen.
First of all, don't talk shit about the Cooch.
I think this was a
He
good.
made
day
money
the
for me
Jays.
last year. It was last year though.
All right, have a good one, guys.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
I'm out too.
Yep,
What's up, guys?
we're gonna be wrapping up the stream now. Thank you guys all. We'll be back tomorrow, and I'll actually give out some plays because I'll actually have plays tomorrow. But we'll go ahead and wrap it up for today. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another. I don't have any of the clips.
Here we got.
Here.
I got this. Ready?
Good luck
This is
with
how
my
we'll
shirt.
end.
Sophie's mom has got it going